competitive powerlifting challenges the strength, discipline, and determination of its athletes. Competitions consist of 3 main lifts: the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. Each competing athlete makes 3 attempts within each discipline. The highest weight achieved on each lift is then summed to form the athlete's total. Competitions are categorized by weight classes. The athlete with the highest total in their weight class at the end of the competition is the winner. In the case of a draw, the lifter with the lighter body weight will take out the title. There are 3 referees on the platform who will each determine if the lift falls within the rules of the federation. A white light indicates that the lift is good, while a red light indicates that part of the lift fell outside of the rules. Each referee sits on a different angle, so all will have a slightly different viewpoint. If an athlete achieves 2 or more white lights, the lift is considered a good lift. If the athlete receives 2 or more red lights, the lift is unsuccessful and will not count to their total. The athlete must achieve at least 1 good lift in each discipline to proceed through the competition. The first lift performed in competition is the back squat. The athlete must stand completely motionless after unracking the bar, with their knees locked and torso in an upright position. Once in the correct position, the head referee will give the squat command. A good lift is awarded where the knees and hips are locked, adequate depth is reached, there is no downward movement of the bar, and all commands are followed.
Good morning, all out there in YouTube land. We are here at APA Mega Nats for the final day. So we have 2 sessions left. It's been a long week, 2 sessions left. We have our 66 kilo and 105 kilo juniors today, this morning, and then we've got equipped 120, 120 plus, and 76, and I'll have to look it up. We'll talk about that soon. So, my name is Jason, and I have Riley with me. Riley competed yesterday, and he's
horrible performance. Oh my god.
Riley can talk about that later if he really wants to reflect on it. And first up we have James. So let's have a look. What do we got? Mixed around a little bit here. There we go. James's nominated best is 235. So not too sure what's going on with that.
Must be trying to chase a record.
I'm gonna say he might be a little bit injured if he's opening up on 75. Okay, just being informed, he's got a back injury, so he's kind of just showing up and let's see what he can do. So that's why 70 probably just does a 75 opener.
That might have been the move.
So bar is loaded for.
Yeah, you can take this one.
Oh, come on. I'm going to say not. I'm going to go ask soon, and we'll get that one sorted. So opening up on 150 with a 170 best. Well, that's plenty deep from here. Full white lights. So just bear with us this morning as we find a groove with each other and we also wake up. And we'll just we will definitely get into the groove. So sorry about this. So just been informed that James with that opening, he'll try something with his bench and his so just token squat and deadlift because of that back.
So a nice big opener on his bench anyway.
Yeah, Davin's up next with a 160 opener. So Davin has done a 187.5 nominated best.
Smooth opener.
Alright, what I'll do while we're having a little chat is I'll look up the we've got the records in front of us. So there could be some records broken today in the 105s. I'm not too sure about the 66s at the moment. I'll have to have a better look through those ones, but I'll look up what our QTs are for the internationals and see what these guys are targeting.
And Isaac coming out for 165. Nice, that was a pretty good opener.
So with your openers, you want things to generally be nice and smooth and fairly easy and get yourself on the board and
no red lights.
No red lights, hey Riley?
Yeah.
Nice to depth.
Oh man. Was nursing a back injury, just cut depth short by heaps.
So Riley's come from APL. What do you think of your first APA nationals?
I missed the deadlift bar.
You missed the deadlift, the whippy bar.
Missed the nice whippy bar. They've got Yusuf coming out for 195. Big opener. See how this moves. Holy. Smoked it. Three whites, what you want. Keeping the weight the same for Ethan, 195.
I can't brain this morning. I'm trying to write something down and I've written it down 3 times. Wrong. And the numbers are right in front of me. Sorry.
Ooh, little sticky for an opener. We'll see what his attempt selection is like.
All right, coming up last out of our 66s is Alan. Alan's attempting 200 kilos. He's got a comp best of 220 kilos. 200 kilos is a lot of weight for a 66 kilo lifter.
Pretty good. See how it moves. Oof.
Nice and quick. We've got 3 white lights. Just having a few issues with the lights there, but 3 white lights from the referees. They were happy. So James is back maybe, must be feeling a little bit better. Maybe they're just loading 125 just to give it a little bit of a test. Oh no, sorry. Hang on, let me get my brain switched on. We're going with more people, so we've got Logan up. 225 kilo attempt.
Compass of 252.
Handled by Benny Roberts today. Oof. I think his comp best might be hammered today after looking at how that one moved. So Christopher Richardson up next, handled by Hugo May. Hugo lifted last night in a big battle last night. Tried a final last pull to hit that world's QT, but unfortunately got a couple reds for a soft lockout. Looked disappointed, but glad he's here today just to handle his athlete.
Chris Richardson opening 2.5 kilos below his comp best. See a big squat out of him today, I reckon.
Wow, and he's quite light for a 105 at 99 kilos. Oh.
Yeah, we're looking big PR territory today for him.
Yeah. He's had some good blocks, it sounds like, or looks like, so yeah.
I'm jealous.
And we've got Vince rounding off the opening. So 230 kilo was his nominated, but he has done a 242.5. So he's come from US APL, so this is his first APA national. So he's only opening up 2.5 kilo behind his best in 2023. So let's see. Obviously, he's had a bit of progress since 2023.
Did he sandbag his first APA meet to hit that qualifying total? Or?
I have no idea. I reckon.
He's opening 10 kilos above his comp best in APA. Oh, little sticky.
Yeah, a little bit sticky for an opener. Not too bad though. A little bit. Yeah. Now we're back around the top to James. So back must be feeling a little bit better. So maybe they will. They put 125 on the bar. So maybe he doesn't want to squat less than he benches because he's opening with 152.5.
Absolutely.
So yeah, at nationals we've got lifters trying to hit QTs to try to go to internationals if they can. So obviously first place here is what they're after, and then that QT to move on to the next step is the next thing they're chasing.
And what is the QT for 105?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it now. So QT for 105, we've got two different international comps. So your world competitions require you to get an international qualifying total, which is 752.5 for your 105 lifters and 577.5 for your 66 kilo lifters. And then we also have regional competitions happening around, so Asian, African, Pacifics. We've got Oceanias every couple of years called Commonwealths. So that is 540 for the 66s, and we have 702.5 for the 105s. So we can talk about that when we get up to deads and see where everyone's sitting.
Perfect second attempt.
So that's a healthy 12.5 kilo jump, and no issues with that one.
Davin coming out for 170. Comp best 187.5. Looks like he probably won't be hitting that today, but it all counts towards the total at the end of the day. Well, that moved pretty good. So, it moved about the same as his opener. Isaac making huge jump on his squat progress. Comp best is 165, and he opened on that. Healthy 12.5 kilo jump.
The bar is loaded.
Yeah, good second attempt. Be a healthy squat PR, comp best on the day for Isaac. Holy. So yeah, we have a national record come for Ethan right now, 207.5. Starting early with the records today with the 66s. Second attempt squat records, 3 of them at that.
Attempting a new squat national record. Let's go!
Comp best of 237.5. My word. That's a big squat. Weighed in perfectly too at 66 kilos flat on the button.
Taking a national record for a spin on his second.
Yeah. Oh, get it.
Definitely a bit of a grind there.
Yeah. Big effort.
Referees.
Good lift.
All right, one red light for a run, red with blue. So for the viewers at home, with your red lights, you get an extra card with it, and all of those lights mean different things. So most likely for that one with blue, I would say knees not locked properly. So knees need to be locked at the top to get your start command, and then when you come back up, they need to be locked. So I would say it looked like maybe one knee was not locked or not fully upright. But you don't get the start command if you're not fully upright. So knees.
Yusuf coming out for another national record attempt as well, 210. Smokes it. That record will change hands a few times today, for sure.
Australian squat record. Now Alan needs to take that for 215. Alan
So Ethan's only gone up 2.5, which is good. I don't know if he's even got that 2.5 in him.
That 207 was a big effort.
Yeah. So Alan's up next. Alan's also taking a shot at the record with 215.
5 kilos below his comp best.
So 15 kilo jump from his opener. So his opener was very, very smooth.
Smoked it. Yusuf making full use of the chip there with a 223 third attempt. Have to dust off the little plates. Oh
No. Oh. Just lost position there.
no.
I reckon he might be able to recover from that and come back out.
Reattempt that one. Based off his opening, you wouldn't think he'd miss 15 kilos more, so he's definitely
No.
good chance he's got that on his third.
So then we move on to the rest of our 105s. So Logan is jumping up 15 kilos to 240.
The bar is loaded for Logan.
12 below his comp best. Do you reckon we'll see a comp best today?
Yeah, maybe.
Have to see how his second moves.
Yeah. Got to earn that attempt though, right?
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
Wonderful second attempt.
So maybe another 15. I don't know.
I'd give
I
him
don't know
15.
about I don't know about jumping 15, but they might try for an equal nominated best. Not too sure. So Christopher up next with a 245 kilo attempt. That's 12.5 kilo jump.
He's got to be our lightest 105 today for sure.
Yeah, 99.95 kilos. So seems like probably eating up into the weight class. I'd say maybe new weight class if he's around that weight.
Must be nice not to cut.
It is beautiful not to cut. Trust me.
Ooh, a lot of noise.
I highly recommend it.
Very tall for a 105 as well. Ooh. Good second attempt. A bit wobbly in the bottom, but maybe that's just how he squats. Definitely moved good.
Hugo's happy, but Christopher's a little bit unsure. That's all right.
Holy, seeing him next to Hugo, he is really tall for a 105.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jumping 10 kilos from his opener to second attempt.
As with a lot of juniors, though, they change weight classes around. You've always been your weight class, have you?
Yeah, I'm thinking of going up. I'm kind of getting my ass handed to me in the 83s.
Don't worry, it took me 7 years to realise I'm not a 93 and I'm a 105, so but slow and steady. So 10 kilo jump here for Vince. The first one was actually a bit tough. So not too sure if this is the right move.
Also quite a tall 105. He's towering over the spotters. Honestly, moved about the same as his opener. To be
Yeah,
fair.
maybe he's just a consistent speed squatter. So he's pumped about that one. He gets 3 white lights.
Maybe he's one of those guys that can open at like an RPE 10 and
Yeah,
and then put 20 kilos on it.
and then just keep on moving at the exact same speed.
Little 5 kilo jump.
Bar is loaded for James.
James is nursing a back injury. Not coming out for his third, probably. That's probably a good call.
So just have to give the lift the opportunity there, so they'll leave that on the bar and let the timer run out, and then they'll load up for the next one. So it gives everyone else a little bit of a break. So
Yeah, even though we get a minute, attempts very rarely use that full minute.
yeah, so I did talk about the next lifter. So it is pronounced Tanut, and I am not going to attempt to pronounce the last name.
No.
But we just call him T. So talking to him and his coach, they said just call him T. I'm like, fantastic.
That's easy.
So T is coached by Gaz, I'm pretty sure it is.
Alright, so now we'll load up 175 kilos.
Gareth Smith.
Out now.
So Gareth owns GenFit here in Sydney.
And the bar is loaded.
Big T only 5 kilos behind his personal best, but 5 kilos above his most recent squat. So definitely not a bad squat day. It's nice too to have 3 big plates and a collar. No little plates. It is nice to look at.
Looks pretty.
Ooh, buries it.
Yeah.
Well and truly below parallel.
Really well. The refs like it. They do 2 to 1.
There you go. And
2 to 1.
that's a 5 kilo comp PR.
Right there for soft knees.
There you go. Soft knees is what our MC is saying for that red with the blue card.
But it's 2 to 1, still a good squat.
Only need 2 white lights. Why try to get 3? Because, you know, you're just wasting energy, right?
Pretty much. I got my first red light ever on squat yesterday, and it was 3 of them in a row. David coming out for 282. 5 kilos behind his...
182. Ooh,
Oh,
282
180.
would
Oh,
be
2.
huge.
Jesus. That'd be a world record, wouldn't it, if it was 282?
Something's great, yeah.
Smokes it. Oh,
Every attempt.
5 kilos below his comp best. He probably, you know,
I think
There's 3 white
they
lights.
had a little bit more in it. Not too sure, but yeah.
is he generally a big deadlifter? So, can't see his opener here.
See him.
The bar is loaded.
$215. Ethan making a 20 kilo PR if he gets this on squat. Oh, no, sorry, Isaac.
So 7.5 kilo jump from the second.
Healthy PR.
Very nice. That's 3 white lights.
3 whites, perfect.
So you'll see these lifters generally pushing themselves fairly hard for this third, trying to squeeze out as many kilos as they can to build that subtotal. So generally your first is a little bit easy. They kind of call it, sometimes they call it last warm-up. And then your second, step on the gas a little bit harder. And then your third, let's see what we can do. So it's that fine line of expelling enough energy, but keeping enough for the rest of the competition. So you don't want to grind out every single lift, or else you'll be stuffed by the time you get to deadlifts.
Holy, I just looked at Ethan's best total. What is... Oh, nah, didn't have it today.
Almost pushing the gas in the car, but just a little bit too heavy today. Alan now
Unfortunate.
weighs
So
250
his
kilos.
second one was obviously tough already and missed that one.
Yeah, we
Sorry,
thought that
no.
might happen.
Ethan, 207.5, yeah. It was definitely tough. So they just come out for that third, just to maybe add that 2.5 kilos. But look, not really dropping too much weight with 2.5 kilos.
At least he wasn't stuck in the grind for so long.
Yeah. So Alan coming out next he's also timing out. So they know that he doesn't have that 215 in him. So they'll just move along to bench and give himself that little bit of extra energy.
I hope he hasn't hurt himself though, because based off that 200, yeah, you definitely give him another 15 kilos. But
Yeah.
just didn't come together in that second attempt.
Yeah.
But Yusuf coming out 223 using the tiny little plates. If you don't know, you have to use 2.5 kilo jumps until you are trying to break a record, and then you're allowed to move in 0.5 kilo increments.
So those chips can be useful later on. So those little half kilo chips can force other people then to have to take a bigger jump to try and catch you. So you can stack, if you are strong enough and you can stack chips throughout the competition.
Definitely a benefit.
Yeah, that can add up. So if you're not taking a record, you have to take that 2.5 kilo jump. So
Bars loaded for this record for Yusuf, 223. Taking that record for a ride. Even if he doesn't go this, he does walk away with the record at 210 off his second attempt. Solid walkout.
Looked a little high from here, cut it a little high, but yeah, just didn't have the strength today for that.
He still walks away with the current squat record at 210,
So Chris is
having a wonderful day on squats.
Yeah, 235 is his best, so he's smoked that already with his 245 by 10 kilos and trying to add a bit more to that one.
What's the math on that? What he made, 20?
God, don't make me math this morning, please.
22 kilo PR. No, 17. Oh, no. No, one of them. Big number.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
a lot of noise from Chris.
17.5 kilo PR if he gets this one.
Again, so tall. Oh, bit of a pause squat, and he's going to get it too.
Absolutely buried it in the hole.
Holy, he did not want to miss out on that PR.
There we go. One red light for actually depth on this side. So
he just about paused that though. He was in the hole for a minute.
Yeah.
Wow.
We all went and got a cup of coffee while he was doing that one.
My body would have shut down 1 second into the hole. Like I just would have given up. A lot of grit there to be able to be pushed out of the.
Yeah.
Pushing out of that. Vince coming out for 225. Also having a wonderful day on squat. This is easy math. 255 minus 230 is a 25 kilo PR.
So all his squats have moved at similar sort of pace.
Good attempt selection for our 105s.
Just too much today.
Thought he was going to push through that, but
Look, dropping 5 kilos, not so bad.
put him in some stiff sleeves, he probably would have had
Referee's
that.
coming over, just want to have a little bit of a chat about something.
Reminder for lifters to please keep it professional whilst on the platform.
So we had that last night too. So there was a few naughty words last night. You're not allowed to say naughty words on the platform.
And the bar is loaded for
Struggling to
loading.
keep him in on the
Look,
on the live stream.
I get it. So you just Chris just got an Vince just got an official warning then. So if he does it again, he can actually be disqualified. So Logan 255 kilo attempt, 15 kilo jump.
2.5 kilo PR if he gets it. Take any PR you can.
Yeah. We did think he might have just gone for maybe equal PR because that second was a little bit sticky and slow.
But they want that 2.5.
Oh, he's got
What
a few.
the-
He probably had another 2.5 to 5 in him.
Moved the same. All of his attempts moved the same.
One red for depth, but that's okay. 2 white lights, that's all we need.
The next flight now. These are all of
All right, now we move on to our second flight.
James coming up.
Oh, some big
Which-
openers at the end of this.
Yeah. Which is all the rest of the 105 boys. So we actually have Anthony Hill lifting here today. So Anthony actually competed a few weeks ago at Open Nationals and gave those 105 boys a bit of a scare
As a junior.
as a junior.
What
Yeah,
a unit.
yeah. He was very close to taking it out.
Starting off with James Young. Coming out 7.5 kilos below his personal best.
So Alex Hayes here coaching him. So if you listen back, James, he said you would probably be able to lift a lot more if you got off the beers.
Cool. Oh, no. Stay with it.
Yeah. Just,
Big misgroove there, but
yeah, just fell forward a little bit.
was that naughty word banning again?
Too short.
Kilos on the bar for Harrison.
Yeah, maybe he said the naughty word as he lost balance because he's just a little bit worried about himself. So just tipped himself forward. Just got excited, maybe.
Do you reckon he reattempts that?
Hazy will probably do the same attempt, I would say. Well, up 5 kilos, so.
Fair enough.
So Harrison opening on 222.5. So 25 kilos behind. It's best.
Nice opener.
Nice smooth opener there.
Looks to be a bit of a slow squatter, but he didn't seem to struggle whatsoever with that.
No, constant pace through that entire one. So got one blue light, would be for knees not locked out.
Most likely.
So referee Rory Lynch is busy this morning. He's up and down out of that chair, giving warnings, talking to tech control out there. So yeah, Rory is international ref and part of New Zealand. You might hear him on King of the Lifts, talking all the nerd talk.
Oh, that's
which
Rory,
I love.
is it?
Yeah, that's that Rory.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he loves his data, Rory.
I've been smashing the
I
podcast.
love data too. Da-da. Micah, 235 kilo, easy opening attempt.
That moved wonderfully.
So that's 30 kilos below his best, so that will definitely be in trouble today.
You've got 240 kilos on the bar for Gowie Jamil.
So yeah, all these guys
Loaded.
definitely right in the 105s. There's no real light ones in this one. even with Anthony Hill weighing at 105 on the dot. I reckon that's a spit in the cup. Nude weigh in. That
For
one
sure.
for 105 on the dot. So G up next with 240.
Oh, his PR is in trouble too. That's 15
That's
kilos below his comp
smooth.
best.
Referees give that 3 white lights.
That movement was fantastic.
Yeah, that was crazy. So Hugo is opening up on 245 kilos.
Matching his comp best on his opener.
Yeah. Has done, well, this is nominated best. So his comp best, he's done 250 in USAPL. So
Oh, yep.
another convert from USAPL.
He might move back after they try and take away his knee sleeves here in the IPF.
Oh, can't. Hey, don't. No, we're not talking about that. Because our major sponsor is City Strength SVD.
Smooth. Very smooth. His PR is in trouble.
So Jack Dunn handling and coaching and also handling him. Down in Tasmania from Compound Performance. So Jack and his partner have been here all weekend, helping out where they can, coaching also.
Big week for them.
Liam Cubitt up next, 250 kilos. I remember Liam from a few years ago, back in the old Powerlifting Australia days. Strong kid back then, still strong kid now.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Referees give that. Yeah, 1 rep for depth. Did depth, yeah.
2 to 1.
207.5 kilos on the bar.
Red with red is always depth. So, if you are wanting to become a coach, I highly recommend reading the rules. Maybe even having a little bit of a cheat sheet if you keep on forgetting what the rest of the cards are for, but you can ask the referees. So Carson's up next, 267.5. Carson's training has been going absolutely bunter.
Wow.
Absolutely bunter. It's from WA. Being handled by Cameron Elliott. So he has moved up from the 93s. Amazing. So yeah, he's moved up from the 93s and
Loving that body weight.
yeah, really needed it too, obviously, because of his height. They kind of say that height is weight class. No,
You'll get it. Weight classes are height classes in disguise.
thanks, Riley.
There we go.
Let's see, that's why you always have 2 people on the mic. So if one sounds stupid, the other one can just help you out.
See, I thought the height classes was a thing too, but I got smoked by everyone taller than me in my weight class as well. So
So Jordan O'Sullivan up next, 270 kilo.
best ever, 1 kilo behind his comp best.
Got Jacob Sofianis handling him.
Yeah, squat's gone fantastic for Jordan. Wow. Wow. That's a very, very comfortable opener. He smoked that.
Yeah.
1 kilo behind his comp best. That was
Another
lovely.
WA lifter. Definitely only handled by Jacob. I know he's not one of Jacob's lifters.
Josh coming out for 280. 10 kilos behind his comp best.
Yeah, these are the big boys. So Josh Allen, 280 kilos.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of big jumps as well going into the second and third attempts from these big boys, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so this is Stephen Day's lifter being handled by Danny League today. Performotion. So, as we talked about yesterday, there's coaches all around Australia that you can pick and choose. Super fast.
Very dense looking lad too. Look at the size
Yeah,
of his
he's
legs, man.
thick.
Holy.
So that'd be for knees.
Still 2-1.
Yeah, got red with blue for our knees not fully locked out at the top there. So, yeah, as I was saying, with the internet, you can kind of just pick any coach you feel like internationally or nationally to coach you. I'm going to start again. Let's get into powerlifting. If you are interested in powerlifting, do highly recommend getting a coach. There's a lot of information out there that you can maybe try and run solo, but
And probably not your buddy that's done one comp.
yeah, having someone to be accountable for is probably a big thing. Accountable to. So yeah, we've got Anthony Hill coming out for a 290 kilo opener. As I said, he competed at Open Nationals.
What is the current record?
So the current junior national record is 305, which is held by Anthony.
Yep. Matching opening on.
Beautiful.
Oh, no, never mind.
So 3 white lights. So Anthony got called for soft knees and depth on open. So I watched that one through the live stream.
Yep.
And I've been following him on Instagram, and he's been talking about how he's definitely he has cleaned everything up, which is good. So we'll see how far he can push his record.
Because powerlifting isn't just about being the strongest person in the room; it's making attempts.
Yeah,
that's really where the skill comes in. It is a skill.
Yeah.
Very often, someone who's the strongest person in the room won't win.
Yeah.
Because.
Well, it comes down to tactics at the end with deadlifts, as
Yeah,
we saw
true.
last night. You know, Will Q and Cody pushing Nor too hard on his deadlifts. Beautiful.
Very good second attempt.
Yeah, so James just had a little bit of a step forward. He just got on the toes too much. So they weren't up 5 kilos anyway and smoked it. So
He's still 2.5 behind his comp best, so still be a squat PR today.
Hazy will give him a big jump on that one. So Hazy's a big fan of big jumps. So they just wanted to get that on the board. So 225, make it look pretty with 4 reds and a collar. Get that one on the board. So Harrison up next. So Fabian is his coach. Fabian is the owner of Heavy Metals up in Townsville.
Ooh.
You know what? That's the same speed as what his opener was too. He's just a very consistent squatter. So 3 white lights, no issues there. So let's try and pronounce it. I'm going to stuff it. I'm going to say Gawi, but I'm just going to call him G.
Hang on.
Or even GG.
I think
Look at that.
I think the MC in front of us knows.
So GG coming up, 20 kilo jump. It's a hefty jump from his opener.
Also quite tall for a 105 as well.
Well, we got rack height.
Rack height, all of it. 17. I use my younger eyes.
Yeah. Well, these are reading glasses, so I don't know why I was trying to look with them.
Ooh. Moved like an opener.
Yeah.
That's a 20 kilo jump as well. He smoked that. That's a 5 kilo comp
Yeah,
here.
big nod to his coach. Give me another 20, coach.
Yes.
25 kilos from
So Hugo up. No, Mike up next. 25 kilo jump. So he's a Michael Plant lifter. So he came 4th last year in Nationals. Actually, yeah, squatted 268 junior nats last year.
268 would have been a record. That little plate.
Yeah, would have been a record back in the day until Anthony Hill come and destroyed it.
Ooh. Little sticky, but not too bad, to be honest.
So what, like,
3 white lights.
going to 262.5 kilos now for physio.
So yeah, we got coaching services all around Australia. Help you out with your lifting if you are interested. So have a look up the APA website. We've got a few affiliated gyms if you maybe even just want to go down there and have a little look to see what all the hype's about.
A powerlifting gym's pretty easy to find in most major cities too.
Yeah.
Super friendly crowd of people in powerlifting.
Oh, nice pick off there. So Hugo 262.5. Wow. Beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah. I think give him 275. Give him those 5 reds and a collar.
Well, he's well and truly above his comp best.
Yeah.
250 with another federation. Yeah, he smoked that.
So Liam's up next, 267.5. So Hugo and Liam actually train together under the same coach. So yeah, as Riley said, there's powerlifting gyms in all the major cities. So yeah, if you want to check it out and head down, we've got people ranging from all ages. You know, we've got competitors all the way from 14 to in 70s. So
Yeah, I coach my little brother. He's 13. He's monstrously strong for a 13-year-old.
yeah, just starting to get my son into it, and he's having a little bit of fun at the moment. So, and we are extremely neurospicy friendly because I would say most of the lifters are neurospicy, including myself.
A lot of the coaches, for sure.
Yes, 100%. All coaches. No, not all, but most. I'd say all,
If I
actually.
was a betting man.
Yes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice consistent speed.
Yeah, I'm going to say 275-ish also.
Matched his comp best.
Yeah. So Carson's up next, 280 kilos, as we said. Carson's come up from the 93s. I'm actually pretty sure Jordan's also come up from the... Yeah, Jordan's actually also come up from the 93s also. I remember Jordan's got a monstrous bench on him, and I know Carson's got a huge deadlift.
It's a big jump in weight, too, to go from 93 to 105. It's 12 kilos.
Yeah, but you can just do it slowly. There's no... You don't need to do it straight up, but, you know, as juniors, as growing boys, yeah.
I stopped growing at 14, though.
So yeah, 280 kilos. So it's 12.5 kilo jump. Ooh, sticky there. Nice.
What do you reckon? Give him a few more keys.
Yeah, I would probably go 5 myself. I've got a gut
7.5
feel that
man myself.
I've got a gut feel to go 7.5. So yeah, Jordan's up next, 290s, 20 kilo jump. So Jordan's actually quite a big bench. He's opening up on 175, but I seen him do 190. He actually was at Bench Nationals last year. I was competing against him. Well, not really competing against him because he smoked me, but
Alongside, maybe.
competing with him, yes.
Very nice second attempt.
For 290.
I reckon give him the
One
record
for depth, yeah. He'll go for 300.
for sure.
So he told you, well, see, I said 5, you said 7.5, and I said I bet you they'll go 7.5 for Carson, and they
They did, in
so.
fact.
So also, if you do want to follow along, you can head to liftingcast.com. You probably have to go down into the recent meets and look for APA Meganats, and you can follow along through there. So
They do give you a search bar. You can just search APA and it'll be the top result that pops up.
yeah,
And then you just have to scroll to the weight class and age group we're looking at now.
so yeah, you can see what their next squat's going to be, what their bench and deadlift openers are, and all that sort of kind of fun data.
This man right here is built for squat.
Oh. 15 kilo jump. See what the referees say.
I reckon.
Yeah. So I know what's happening there is he unlocks. As he gets the command from the referees. He takes his breath in, but as he takes his breath in to brace, he unlocks his knees, relocks his knees, and goes down. So they've given him blues for the lock unlock. So he's just got to clean that up, which might be hard. So here's Anthony Hill coming out for 310. So this is 5 kilos over his record that he set at Open Nationals. So as a junior, competing at Open Nationals, he can break that. He can break junior records. If you are in Sydney and you are near Camperdown, you can head down and maybe watch these lifters live. And as I said, we've got a session that starts at 1 o'clock if you want to come down. Crowd silent. Can hear a pin drop.
Very silent. They want to see this record.
Yeah. Locks those knees.
Solid lockout.
Wow.
My word.
Wow.
What a quick turnaround. Hitting 305, what was it, 2 months ago?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, 3 white lights on that one. What do you reckon he'll go for?
I reckon they'll probably give him 10 or 15 more.
So he has attempted 317.5 before in the gym.
Oh yeah,
so
they'll give him a chip then.
So they might give him, well, yeah, I don't think he needs to collect chips. I think he's the sort of guy that'll probably just keep on going up and holding up numbers. That's my gut feel.
See, if I had the opportunity, yeah, use the chip.
Oh,
That's
there you go,
it. 323.
Beautiful. So 323 is actually over the Open National record, which is 322.5. And then it is only, what's that, 13 kilos behind the world junior record.
Wow. He had a few more on the day.
Yeah, so I told you
For
he was going to
sure.
do a big jump, and it's 15 kilos there. So things didn't go to plan with the opener. So
If he had got that open, he'd probably be right up near 250,
Yeah.
250 plus if he had the attempt there, but you got to be safe.
yeah, so look, going back to Anthony, he's attempting Open National record. He's not far behind the World Junior, so hopefully he might go over to Costa Rica and maybe give that one a nudge.
World Junior held by Regan, isn't it?
Not too sure.
Regan Stagakis. Just freak
I
from Denmark.
don't follow the juniors. I'm not a junior.
Do you follow the Masters Worlds?
I do. Anthony McLagan is an absolute legend.
Yeah, I have no clue who that is anyway.
Yeah. Hey, he competed at Opens. He's the Irish guy. He always got a big grin on his face as he's doing
nice.
every lift because he loves competing. Does not quite like training, is what he said. Just likes the competing part. So, just to add extras for records, the junior Oceania record is 300 kilos.
Wow.
The open is 330, and same with the Commonwealth record. So
if Anthony doesn't decide to go to Junior Worlds, there are some other international comps there closer that where he can destroy that record.
yeah, so
Collect a world and an Oceania record if you wanted.
yeah, so you can only break world records at proper international level competitions. So
Does
either
Oceania
world.
count?
I'd have to check. I think it might because you have a certain amount of international referees. So we've actually got 2 international referees on the platform. Maybe 3. I'm not too sure. Definitely 2. But can only be broken at IPF calendar events.
Micah looking for a 5 kilo PR today. And he's got that.
Perfect selection there by Michael Plant. Yeah, 1 foot knees not locked out at the top. That's okay. So I would say they squeezed almost every kilo. He maybe had 272.5, but it would have been spelling a fair bit more energy. So, yeah, as I was saying, at your international comps, you can break world records. Also, as we are part of the Oceania Federation, we have Oceania records. And then also we are part of the Commonwealth Federation, and you can break Commonwealth records. So Commonwealths are held every 2 years. So we have Wales, Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, all competing there too. Lots of other countries.
Love to see a perfect 5 reds and a collar.
GG.
Big GG.
Wow, beautiful.
Lovely third attempt.
Thought they would do that 275, and yeah, good selection there.
It is nice to break into another full plate territory. It's always nice to add a red and get rid of those little plates.
I finally got my first 4 with a collar on the platform on Wednesday night, so happy days. Yeah. Just got to get that deadlift. So I've got the 3 with collar for bench. Now I just got to get the deadlift to the next one. So still a fair bit off that, and have been forever. But anyway, whatever.
I'm a fair ways away from all of them.
You got time. We've all got time, actually. As I said, masters, lifters, still around. I've got that. 275 also.
Yeah, very good squat PR. 25 on his best.
Had a couple left in him. That's all right. So Liam Cupid up next, 277.5. I thought they might have taken that little bit of a chip to 77.5 rather than 75. So 17.5 kilo jump and then a 10 kilo jump. So yeah, masters lifters are from the ages of 40 to 49 for M1, and then it goes up in 10-year age groups until you get to M4, which is then just everything after that. Opens are from 24 through to 39, and then juniors are from, what is it?
19 to 23.
Yeah.
And sub-juniors is 14 to 18.
Yeah. Beautiful. Nice fight there. 2 referees say he's been 3 white lights on that one, so he's been getting a red for depth on one side, so that's beautiful. So 287.5 for Carson is what he's attempting next.
You said you would have given him 5.
Yeah, I did actually, so yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I said 5, you said 7.5, so we'll see if the right call's been made here. So Cameron Elliott is handling him today. So nice walkout. Gets himself ready.
Ooh.
See? Told you 5.
Your experience over
Come
my
on.
ego.
Yeah, look. Not the right call today. So, look, didn't expel too much energy, but there's 7.5 kilos dropped away. So he could have added 5 to his total. But not to do, worry. So Josh Allen's up next with 295.
Reattempting that 295.
Yeah. Now, Josh got called for his knees. So what he got called for was when he took his breath in, after he got the squat command. He unlocked his knees a little bit, relocked, and then went down. So
He did smash it though. It was a
yeah,
good squat.
let's see if he can clean that up. It's hard if you've been training like that the whole entire time.
No,
So
he's
he
done
kinda
it
a
again.
little bit. Yeah, and then just, yeah, he probably got in his head then too, I would say. Because-
Better to not waste the energy.
Yeah, because Coach Danny would have talked to him about that, and probably just got in his head. My gut feel is he probably felt himself do it,
Yeah.
and then just brain went a million miles an hour, and yeah, just got in the hole and just couldn't get out. So up next we have Jordan O'Sullivan, 302.5. So I thought he might have gone for 300 kilos flat on the dot.
Gave him 12.5.
But Jacob Sofianis is a great game day handler, knows what he's doing.
I think I said 10 to 15, so somewhere in the middle there.
Got to that sticking bond. See,
Was there some
got it
downward
up.
movement at
See
all?
what the referees have to say.
You're kidding.
So he got reds for depth.
That's-
Depth from the center referee and the side referee, but that was a great grind. We can call that one maybe a gym PR.
Definitely a gym PR.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Anthony Hill, 323 kilos. So will be a national record for the opens if he, well, look, smashing the junior record that he just broke at 310
Like
by
2 months ago.
13 kilos. So he then will potentially be taking the open national record, which is set at 322.5. So by chipping that by half a kilo. And unofficial junior Oceania record, which he's already beaten by 10 kilos. So he'll be able to, potentially extend that out if he goes international. And then not far off the opens either. Only 7 kilos behind that. Here he goes. He loves a bit of a gorilla slap. Gets himself amped. He hasn't really been hitting himself hard for these first two, so he's really getting himself psyched up for this last one.
Hopefully the crowd gets behind him.
Yeah. Solid pick. So watch those knees. Got
Nice and
them
stable.
locked. Yep. Yeah. Oh, he's got that. Oh, my goodness.
He probably had another 5.
Easy.
If he wanted it.
Easy.
3 wipes.
Unbelievable. He's, you know what?
Top form today.
336 world junior record is definitely in trouble if he goes over to Costa Rica. Look, he's going to get some solid blocks behind him, and yeah, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Look, we will be back soon with bench press next, so we'll have a 10-minute break. We'll come back and we'll have a bit of a chat about the best lift of the day, which is bench press. So see you guys soon.
next is the bench press. After unracking the bar, the athlete will lie completely motionless with their elbows locked. The head referee will give the start command. The bar is lowered and paused until it is motionless on the chest. The athlete will receive the press command, pushing the bar back to the starting position. Once motionless, the rack command is given. A good lift is awarded where elbows are locked, the head and glutes remain in contact with the bench throughout the lift, the feet remain flat on the platform, adequate elbow depth is reached, there is no downward movement of the bar, and all commands are followed.
All right, welcome back. We are moving on to bench press next. So this is the best lift of the day. Look, I was talking about this last night on the live stream, and it's probably one of the most technical lifts out there.
It's the most gameable too, but like with that as well.
Yeah.
Visually.
So it's people think it's just a little bit of a rest between squat and deadlifts, but as I said, it's a very technical lift. So we will see what we've got coming up and see if we've got any record attempts or anything like that. So no one attempting any records on the openers yet. And change the bench.
Should be pretty good going if we were.
Oh, I did that last year, but that's because there was only the records were low, and then Florian Locke come through on Wednesday and absolutely smash my records.
Well,
So 107.5 kilo opener there
very smooth.
from T.
No, that was from Isaac.
From Isaac, sorry. 107.5 from Isaac. So that's 2.5 kilos over his nominated best. So when we say he's not nominated best, that's what they did in their qualifying competition for this. So to get 2 nationals, we have QTs that you need to hit also. So you need to do a local competition to qualify and hit a QT to qualify for that.
And there are local competitions everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely everywhere. I mean, I've got to drive 2 hours because I'm in the country, but
So we've got
T.
Sydney is absolutely chockers with competitions. We'll get Queensland up and running a bit better. So he gets the command. All right, so T, he was 2.5 kilos over his nominated best. So he actually got 110 kilos in his first comp, so equals his comp best. Yeah, so competitions running, oh geez, we've got almost every second weekend at Australia-wide at the moment. Looking to get another gym up online. Running in Queensland, so look out for that one. We'll try and run one soon.
Perfor Motion in Brisbane has about 4 comps a year as well. Those are really well-run comps.
And Kane
if you're in Queensland
at the Sunshine Coast, he's at Simpsons. He runs a couple of year also. Oh wow, speedy opener,
very
170
very
and a half.
smooth.
Yeah, so it's 10 kilos behind his nominated best. Got a red with a yellow. Now there is a lot of a lot. So what he got called for there was his head just popping off the bench there. So you have to have your head in contact with the bench at all times. You also have to have your feet flat on the floor at all times. And your butt must be on the bench at all times during the lift. So we can go through a few other things as we get through, but he got called for his head just popping off a little bit.
Hit the rack. I don't think he'll lose a lot for that.
Should be fine for that one. Yeah, got one red there. Red with red. So generally it's elbow depth is what they're talking about at the moment, but might not have touched the chest, but I'm sure the head referee would have seen that. So yeah, probably got depth on the side there from that referee. So Ethan's opening up on 120 kilos. So that's 10 kilos behind his nominated best.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Also, if you'd like to get involved, so that's 3 white lights there from Ethan. So there's a lot of positions you can do to help volunteering. There's spotting and loading, live stream commentary, even running live stream. So we're looking out for all people to help out at any competitions. It's a fun day. Yeah, look, I enjoy it. Been doing volunteering since I first started back in 2016 in some capacity. Most of the time spot and load because that's what I prefer, but started to get into this live stream gig because of the guru Chris over here that runs our APA nationals.
Professional button pusher.
Yeah. He's the data guy behind all of the overlays you see that pop up and give all of that data at the start with the lifter. Gives their best endeavors, their most recents, and shows you'll see after a successful attempt that that graph starts to get populated. Shows who's in the lead. So Chris up next, 132.5.
Over to the 105s now in this flight. Such long arms. He's well and truly below depth on his bench there.
Yeah, no issues with that one. 3 white lights.
Next up, Logan, 143.7.
I reckon his bench moves about as far as my squat does. The range of motion on that is insane.
Unbelievable. So yeah, what we're looking for is we're looking for the elbows to parallel or below the. I'm not going to go into this one. It's a contentious one, but yeah, in with the shoulders. But yeah, for you to get the start command from the head referee, the side referee's got their hands up, which you can't see on the live stream, but the side referees are looking for the butt down and the feet flat on the floor. They will give the command, and then beautiful. That's a nice speedy opener, 147.5 there from Logan. 3 white lights. So they will give the okay to the head referee, and the head referee will give the command to the lifter, and he will then lower to the chest. So the bar must touch the chest and be motionless to then get the press command from the head referee, which then they will press up, lock out their elbows, and then get the rack command. So you must follow all commands from the referee, and that's one of the things that you can get a red light for.
Vince is benching completely raw, no wraps, no belt. Couldn't be me. Oof, smokes it.
Beautiful.
Very good.
So yeah, you can use all kinds of equipment. So I've got one yellow for heel. So the shoes can make a difference. So sometimes shoes got a little bit of a lip on the back, and can look like the heels are up when they're not quite. So James taking 152.5 for a spin for his opener. So James has got the back injury. So he'll be
Benching more than he squatted.
Yeah, so he only squatted 125. So obviously just a recent back injury, so that's why just, flew over. Why not?
My back injury that plagued me yesterday only affected bench. Because, I'm surprised if he's got a back injury that he can arch that much. It's a very healthy arch.
Yeah. 3 white lights there. Kind of depends where that injury is. I know with myself, many back injuries, not from lifting, well, not caused by lifting, but yeah, it affected my squat and my deadlift, but I could bench, no issues. So,
Fair
yeah.
enough. I usually find with my back injuries that if I brace hard enough into the belt, they generally go away, but just arching on bench makes them flare up like nothing else.
So 115 kilos for Isaac, so that is a 7.5 kilo increase. Gets the command.
Very good second attempt.
Beautiful. So as Riley was saying, so Isaac's one that looks a bit raw, so you can use all kinds of equipment to potentially help you out. Majority of people will use wrist wraps for their bench press. Keeps their wrists locked in and a little bit more stable and help hold the weight. So as you'll see when T comes out, he's got wrist wraps on. And then there's people that use a belt also. So we'll have a chat about the belt when we see someone come out wearing a belt and what that might be doing for them. So 5 kilo increase from his opener, and his opener flew.
Already 5 ahead of his comp best.
Yeah,
Hit the rack again, but I don't think he'll cop a red for it.
Not even a massive arch on him either.
No,
So
no, he's well and truly below parallel with his arms.
Yeah.
There. Like, he's very deep bencher.
So the reason why we're arch is we're trying to decrease our range of motion. So we're obviously trying to push out as much weight as we possibly can. And within the rules, you can arch. And no, it doesn't break your back. As Riley said, it might impinge on some injuries or something like that, but it doesn't hurt your back at all. So trying to get that arch, decrease that range of motion so we can push as much weight as we possibly can.
You also put your shoulders in a more favourable angle to utilise most of the pec muscle, most of the volume of the pec muscles at the bottom.
So it looks like a successful 125 for Davin, which was a 7.5 kilo jump from his opener. Sorry, yep, got that one right. 127.5 kilo for Yusuf, which is a 5 kilo jump. So you see Yusuf is wearing a belt. So as I said, belt can do a lot of things for you depending on what you use it for. I started using a belt to try and help me breathe into my chest a little bit more to get my chest higher to decrease that ROM. But now what it seems to do is hold my back in place.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Very good second attempt. Very smooth. I for one use the belt on bench. I actually find, because I'm a big cheater, I'm a sink bencher.
Ooh,
So
okay.
we sink the bench, we sink the bar deep into the chest, and then you basically use your entire body to spring it off of your chest, and it can be sort of a make or break movement. If you're on the money, you'll bench really smoothly. But if that push off the chest is at all different to how it usually is, you won't have the momentum to carry it through.
We can talk about sink benches. I think probably in the next part of the flight we'll find some sink benches. So yeah, the referees aren't actually looking for a pause on the chest. What they're actually looking for is the bar gets there and remains motionless, and they will give you the press call. So that's why you got a nice fast press call there to successfully hit 127.5 kilos. Plenty of room left in that. I'd say they'll do a 5 kilo jump on that one. So 10 kilo jump here for Alan to attempt 130 kilos.
7.5 under his PB.
So Alan's in the Reflect today from City Strength SBD. Nice blue. That was the drop before Forge. Forge was the orange and the grey. So probably look out soon. Generally looking through SBD, they drop July and November.
Very
Beautiful.
nice.
130 move, nice.
And a good lift.
I imagine he'll probably match his comp PR. Actually, that will be a record, to be fair. So he might want to use the chip as well in his third.
Yeah. So yeah, look out on SBD Australia and City Strength's Instagram. There'll be a new drop happening eventually. Generally, SBD do like to do a few teasers. So see what the next colour is going to be. Maybe you can have a guess.
I'm going to guess some form of pink, I think.
Ah,
I think we might swing back towards it.
You know what? I would love a pink. I've been waiting for pink for years.
I'm an A7 man myself, and I've loved the pink. The pinks and purples are lovely.
Yeah. I think SBD's running out of I don't know. They say boring colours. Like their orange is just phenomenal. I love it. So I got the orange. Got invited down to do a photo shoot because they said they needed an old man. So so yeah, 157.5 kilo second attempt here from Vince.
Matching his comp best.
So it's a 7.5 kilo jump from his opener.
Very nice. I reckon I'd probably give him 5 on top of that.
Yeah. Look, you generally don't jump as hard and as fast on bench press. You kind of start to you max top out at the end there. So, you know, 5 kilos can be a big percentage jump in the grand scheme of things. 2.5 kilos can absolutely staple you.
Well, yeah.
So, up on the platform today, we've got good spotting and loading crew. So, got some people that competed last night, like Jacob Henry on one side. We've got on the other side, we've got Deadlift Dad. He competed with me on Wednesday night. So Junji also competed last night. He's what we call the hand-outerer. So you can ask for a handout with your bench.
I rate myself as a hand-outerer.
Yeah, so
I've
do
done
I.
it before.
I love it.
A good handout can make or break
Yep.
your bench press.
So we can talk about that after this attempt. This easily successful attempt.
Very good second.
So I'm going to say 3 whites for that one. So yeah, you can opt for a handout. So generally, the best way, if you are listening, is you come out and you have a chat to whoever is the hand-outerer, and you give them the specific instructions of what you want and how you prefer it to be handed out. Now, I urge you as a hand-outerer myself to say that every time,
Yeah.
because there is 14 lifters sometimes, and I can't remember how everyone likes theirs handed out, so just every time. So there are advantages and disadvantages as to getting a handout. So as we watch 160 here from James. Beautiful, 7.5 kilo there. 3 white lights. So some people opt for a handout, maybe save themselves a little bit of energy. Or you can self-hand out. So there are also advantages and disadvantages of self-handing out. A good self-handout is, self-handing out is obviously great if you're training alone. I just had to teach myself how to do it because I train alone majority of the time.
I wish I could.
Yeah, and now it just becomes part of that process because it helps me stick to the bench, so it gets my shoulders into that correct position. So, you know, you can have a bad handout where they take too much weight and then gets you out of position and you're stuffed.
Isaac coming out for 120 for his third. A 15 kilo PR if he gets this. Or hit the rack again. Hopefully there was no downward movement for that. He won't catch a red.
Oh, yeah. He did get reds for that.
I figured.
Also at 120 will be Thana.
Still count that as gym PR for sure, though.
Yeah. So, look, so when you go international too, the disadvantages of having a handout is that sometimes your hand-outerer does not speak English and you have to mime what you want. So probably maybe start trying to learn how to do self-handout if you do want to go international.
Yeah, that would ruin me. I'm a bit of a diva when it comes to a handout. Like, I really can't have a dodgy one, otherwise my bench is completely ruined.
Wow, that's a nice grind.
Good third attempt.
Yeah,
Good third attempt. 10 kilo comp PR.
120 kilos. So that
For
is
T.
perfect selection there by Gaz. So T is sitting 6 for 6 out of the day so far. So we are on to our thirds. Speaking of thirds, we have Thirds Media here this weekend, running around with cameras, taking photos and footage. We also have Stronghold Media here, and they're running around taking photos and footage. So have a look out on Instagram. You'll see on the APA Instagram page a lot of those things popping up. On the Thirds and Stronghold Media page, those things popping up. And then as they get that out to people, they'll start throwing their reels up on their pages. So 130 kilo here for Davin.
Very comfortable 2.5 kilo PR.
Yeah,
That was good. He probably had another 2.5.
I would say so too.
least.
Myself, yeah.
And now, here's the fun. We have our first bench record of the day.
Three attempts in a row. So 130.5 by Yusuf, 133 attempt by Ethan, and 137 attempt by Alan.
Everyone using the little plates.
Yeah, so we'll see who can come away with the record at the end here.
You'll see every time they load this up, they have to show the head ref the fractional plates.
Yeah. So Yusuf using the Hyper V shoes. They're the sticky Japanese bench shoe.
Is that how they always have a massive bench?
Yeah.
Very, very comfortable record. He definitely had a few more.
Nice. So with bench press, just depends how you bench, but generally there is a lot of leg drive in your bench. And we use carpet on the floor here for our platforms, so you want nice sticky shoes so your feet don't slip. So you can have maximal leg drive to try and push that bar back up. So 133 here by Ethan, so he's now trying to chip that record.
Am I seeing this right? On my screen it
Oh, he's
says
got
a
a cramp.
176 best bench for Ethan. Is this coming from equipped or are the numbers?
Let's have a look. Oh, go away, you. 130 is his best.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully that cramp's worked itself out. It has not.
Oh, unfortunate. He's probably going to time out here.
Yeah. Sadly, it takes a while to get ready for bench because you got to wait for that command to be given.
Just.
Oh. Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
That is so good.
Buzzer beater.
Unbelievable.
He had 3 seconds left to get that.
Yeah, got that. So you can see as he was going down every time, he was getting a hamstring cramp. Just trying to stretch it out, reposition, and yeah, he got that. He got that start command from Rory with about, what was it, 4 seconds to go?
3, I think.
3,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Buzzer beater.
So yeah, you get from when the referee calls bars loaded, you get 1 minute to get out there, get yourself set, get out there and get that start command. So we have Alan up next now to try and break the national record that was just set at 133 with 137.
0.5 below his personal best. Based off his second attempt, I think he's well and truly got this.
Yeah.
Another self handouter.
It's the way.
Very comfortable.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah. Plenty more in him.
We'll see.
3 white lights. So new junior bench record there, 137 kilos. So just as a note, that's actually only 3 kilos behind the current junior record for Oceanias. And what's that? 5.5 kilos behind the Commonwealth record. So maybe he might go to a regional this year and maybe try and hit that. So now we're on to the 105s.
Coming from a couple misses for Alan on squat there, he'd really love that, having the heaviest bench of the day.
Take some of those kilos back.
Very comfortable third attempt from Christopher.
Yeah, 145.
5 kilo comp here. Good lift.
Yeah. So Vince jumping up 2.5 kilos to 160. So they obviously didn't think he had much more in him after that second attempt at 157.5.
Crowd's getting behind him. This will be a 2.5 kilo comp here.
So I'm going to assume that he's being coached by Moe. It's definitely not Mo from The Simpsons. It's Moe. So 157 is his nominated best. Oh, he got called for heels last time. Remember that.
Wow.
I reckon he'll get called from Rory again for heels. No, I got 3 white lights. Perfect. Beautiful. Yeah, you want a nice flat shoe for bench press too. So
Some people do wear like the wedge heels, like some people squat in them. Some people also
Yeah.
bench in them if they're a heel up type person.
yeah, I used to use heels at the start too because I used to have my feet back a fair bit more, and that allowed me to get that bigger arch, which screwed my back. But that's because I was told by my physio that men aren't really bendy like that, and you're forcing yourself into it. So, but yeah, heels can help with your positioning, get yourself a better arch, but are slippery on carpet.
Mm.
So 165 kilos here from James.
Let's go, come on.
Ah, beautiful.
Very smooth.
I'd
Very smooth.
I'd say maybe had 5 kilos more. Not too sure. Look, he definitely didn't gas himself on squats because he's got that back injury.
There's also a 10 kilo comp PR.
Oh,
for
very
James.
nice. So Logan's also coming out for 165 kilos. So that is a 7.5 kilo jump. So he jumped 10, then 7.5. So if he gets this will be a 6 for 6 day so far heading into deadlifts. So Coach Benny Roberts looking on out of Hunter Performance in Newcastle, where we had nationals last year down in Newcastle.
It's good. It's a good attempt selection.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he had another 2.5, but
All right, now we're onto the big boys. So if we get some sync press, I'll get you to talk about it, Riley, because I tried to do it once and didn't like it, and I just did it to see what it was like. It's not for me. I'm a soft touch bench presser. Have no issues with hitting the elbow depth. So a lot of the time, that's why recently that's why we've had people change to sync bench press, because they've haven't been able to hit that depth with their normal soft touch. So
the rules did change a few years ago.
Yeah.
To make now there didn't used to be a depth requirement for bench. So
Yeah.
there was some like 1 and 2 inch bench press world records from
Yeah.
a few people, which
So this is in the IPF. So in other federations, but there is not that rule. So it depends on the federation you choose. So got James coming out for 150. Coach Alex Hayes up there. Alex coaches out of City Strength. As I said, City Strength is a major sponsor of the APA and also Mega Nationals. All Nationals, actually. Get command.
completely raw bencher. Wow.
150.
Great
Beautiful.
progress on bench.
So yeah, City Strength sell the Australian distributor for SBD equipment, who are probably one of the major powerlifting brands in the world. They're the ones that run SBD Sheffield, which is huge competition, watched worldwide.
And the SBD Cup in Australia.
Yeah,
the
SBD
only
Cup.
invite-only competitions.
Yeah. Also, that one's is the love child of Alex Hayes. Come up with the Hayes formula to work out who to invite. Alex is a bit of a data geek too. So 167.5 kilo opening attempt here by Micah.
Very healthy arch. Wow. Oh, I think he might get called there for the elbows.
Let's see.
Only
Yeah,
one.
I got blues. So yeah, just not fully locked out. The head referee, Rory, saying so you need to make sure your elbows are locked out at the top at the end. So he did get the start command. So he was locked out enough at the start. He just needs to make sure he locks out at the end there. So Carson's up next. So he's taking 167.5 kilo opening attempt.
Only 2.5 behind his comp best.
As I said, both Carson and Jordan are coming up from the 93s. So bench is the one that kind of excels with increased body weight.
Wow. Very comfortable opener.
So yeah, when you go up, increased body weight. Bench is the one that seems to
Bench loves that
yeah
extra body weight.
get that bit of extra weight on the chest. Chest and back gets a bit bigger for your bench.
Usually find deadlift doesn't get affected as much with body weight changes. Not
Yeah.
nearly as much as squat and bench anyhow.
Kind of depends how you put it on. Can change
sure.
your positioning. But yeah, you just got to get used to that. So Liam here, 170 kilo opening attempt. So Liam's 175 at 107 and he's done before. So
Hit the rack a little bit, but
see what the referees say about the
very
elbows.
smooth.
Yeah, 3 white lights, that's fine.
Next up, Hugo,
Hugo, 172.5 kilo opening attempt here.
The bar is loaded.
There we go. So the Compound boys, so Liam and Hugo are both from Compound Performance with Jack Dutton coaching and handling. He's also got his partner over there handling, helping handle. So just asking for a handout from Junji.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That was super smooth.
And a good lift.
3 white lights.
Next up, Jordan.
Nice.
Now we're at three reds and a collar.
If you need a handout, remember
So yeah, we've got Jordan coming up next, 175 kilo opener, which is equals his nominated best. He did do 185.5 kilos at Bench Nationals. So Bench Nationals is just the three attempts at bench that can qualify you for Bench Worlds. Also qualify you for some regional competitions. For bench only comps if you want to do that. So we do have that available also if you just want to do bench press. You can be a bench specialist.
There are also deadlift only comps in and around Australia.
We don't have any deadlift only comps though. Not yet anyway.
My bad.
There you go. See, Jordan's a little bit of a sink.
Yeah,
bench presser.
very-
not
very light
much.
sink.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to leg drive into it as much
Yeah.
as most sink benches.
So yeah, Jordan being handled by Jacob Sofianos today. He is the owner of Strength Club over in Perth, but Jordan is actually coached by Callan Gibbons. So Callan's not here today because he's in the middle of prep for Asian, African, Pacific, where he's heading over there to compete for Australia. So look out for that. You'll see those beautiful Australian soft suits that are produced by SBD and distributed by City Strength. So if you'd like to earn one of them, then get involved.
That's the goal, isn't it? To have the red white. Wow!
Come on.
Wow!
Wow. Come on, green and gold, mate.
Green and gold. Oh, I think he might have jumped the command
tried
there.
to beat the press call. Yeah. So he got yellows for not listening to the commands there. So must wait for that press call. It was very, very, very touch and go. But that's okay.
Still moved extremely
Yeah,
smooth.
they're going to go up.
For sure.
I can guarantee you. So GG up next, 180 kilo opening attempt.
5 kilo behind his comp best, so well into PR territory soon.
Oh, smoked.
Wow.
Smoked. Beautiful.
And it's good. Next up, Anthony with 190.
So Anthony Hill up next. So Anthony is our record holder in squat. We can see what he'll do in bench press soon.
We have to be getting close to the bench record
Well,
for juniors, surely.
Yeah, bench record's set at 200. So
Yep.
look, that's only 10 kilos behind, but Josh Allen's coming out after him, where he's got a 195 kilo bench. So this one will be a little bit of a battle to see who can take this bench record. So also, as note, the open record is only 205 kilos. So these boys are going to give that one a nudge. Also, we've got the junior Oceania record is 195, and your comms record is sitting at 213.5. So, you know, they're going to give those ones a bit of a scare when they go international.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
What are they feeding you kids?
You kids, I'm not in with them, man.
You're a kid. You're a junior, mate. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm not strong. They're a different breed.
So you want to know what they're getting fed so you can get fed the same stuff too?
That's it.
Okay, yeah.
That's it. I think I was 100 kilos behind the podium. I got thrashed.
Oh, me too. Don't worry about that. I was like 662 and Florian's sitting at, you know, closer to 800. So,
Wow.
but Florian's been around for 300 years lifting. So I remember him back when I started in 2016. He was one of the big lifters back then. So here we got Josh Allen, 195 kilo attempts.
Very quick self handout.
Oh, beautiful. Clean. So 1 red for depth. So that's fine. So he's got the side referees are fine, but the head referee's not happy with that elbow depth. But
I think he touched his back when he got off. Maybe he's got a bit of a cramp there too.
okay, yeah. Look, he's got to make up some kilos from those squats. So he dropped 15 kilos on those, probably even more really. I think,
Yeah.
because he didn't get that 295 and didn't get to attempt that third one for a little bit more. So he's
And he definitely had the strength for more squat. It was just that technical start there.
yeah.
And we've got two two record attempts. They're both going. The two big benches here are going for the same second attempt.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll see a little battle on the bench record at the end there.
So we'll talk about that once we get down there to see what happens, if Josh hits that, and then what happens with Anthony's attempt. So for now, we've got 10 kilo extra attempts from James. 160 kilos.
Very smooth bench.
Very smooth bench. Very nice. So Coach Alex knows how to coach bench press. Does not really know how to do bench press well himself. No, Blake's been injured forever with a shoulder, so he does it the best he can. He's actually got a pretty good bench press.
Most powerlifters don't have a left and right shoulder. We have a good and a bad one.
Yeah, that's right. We're not really convincing people, are we? We say, oh, my back, my shoulder, oh, my knees hurt though, right? Oh. Anyway, it's not that bad.
Get involved, guys. It's still fun.
There's less injuries in powerlifting than there are other sports because they're such just static. It's just we're kind of in one spot the whole time. There's no side-to-side movement, not blowing out knees because of or anything like that. There's you don't see those sort of injuries.
No, not in powerlifting.
Beautiful, 175. So that's 3 reds and a collar. That's the pretty looking one that everyone wants to get to.
One day.
So 3 white lights there from Carson. So Micah is jumping up 10 kilos to 177.5. So from memory, he got called for middle one for
Lockout, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, not locking out fully at the top. That's right. Good memory.
The bench moved very smooth, so
Yeah.
I doubt that's he's going to have any trouble locking it out as long as he remembers. That's the only thing. Won't be difficult for him to just push that last probably 10 mil, to be honest.
Well, he's got it locked out at the start, so he can.
Nice healthy arch. Yeah, there we go.
maybe this left side's a little bit unlocked, but no, 3 white lights. Referee's happy. So Micah uses the Advanced shoes, which are a new-ish shoe on the market. Benches seem to like that one too because they got nice sticky sole. So I think they're up to version 3 and they're improving each time. See Harrison come out for a 177.5 kilo attempt. So he got called for beating the press command. So he's just got to wait. So you can see, as Riley was talking about earlier, some people use heeled shoes for bench press. So it allows him to get his heels back a little bit further. As you can see, you place them back a bit further.
They are quite far back too,
Yeah.
so he definitely needs those heels to be planted. There we go. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Perfect bench.
Fabian, his coach, is a big bencher himself. So, lights, yeah. Look, another reason why people can use the belt on the bench is not so much to hold their back in place, but it's more to limit the range of motion in your back, to like limit that arch so it doesn't actually impinge that much. So that can be another reason why people like to use the bench. My old coach used to say old men like to use belts to hold their hernias in place, so they don't pop out. I don't know if that one's true. So Liam, 180 kilo attempt. Beautiful.
Tell you what, I've been dying to nerd out about sink bench, and there hasn't been a single one yet. It's all been soft touch.
Yeah, well, it's only Jordan's got a tiny little bit of sink. It's not that much.
Soft touch is a very consistent way of benching too.
Yeah.
Like, you generally find most of the record holders and most of the really big benches in the world are soft touch benches.
Yeah, a lot of the time the sink benches are the big boys that have the big chests. You'll see a lot of the, probably see it this afternoon with the 120, 120 pluses. They'll do sink. So the lifter I'm handling this afternoon is definitely a sink presser, but he's only actually just changed to sink from his last competition in November, where he was doing soft touch back then.
Very good second attempt.
Yeah, I'm going to say 5, probably add 5 to that one.
I'm gonna say 7.5 again, just to be different. Just to be different.
He'll be 5, trust me. Well, maybe.
Come on.
Let's see.
Come on, 7.5. Show me 7.
Jordan jumping up 10 kilos to 185. So as I said, this is Callan Gibbons' lifter. His his comp best is 185.5, which he did at bench nationals, but he only had to bench that day, didn't have to do squat before it, and didn't have to deadlift after.
His best full power bench is 175, so he opened on that. Little wobbly, but
Yeah.
got the lockout.
Just getting told about his wrist wraps maybe touching the bar because they're a little bit too high. So it's all right. I think they will probably go 192.5 maybe.
That'd be a good attempt, I think.
Well, you were also right with Hugo. He did 7.5. Yep, there you go. I think that's when I looked over and saw the nod when they went, yeah. So that's when I knew I was wrong. GG up next, 190, taking 10 kilos more.
Wow. Ooh. The bar looked like it was starting to get away from him at the top there, like he pushed it down a bit, and it sort of started to walk away from him, but he pulled it back with no downward movement, which is good.
Perfect.
And here we go, we got a first bench record of the 105s.
So Josh Allen taking 202.5 for a spin. So what will happen here is if Josh hits 202.5 and gets the record, which Anthony Hill has also put in for 202.5, it will automatically go up to 203. It just does that auto jump, I guess you can say, to the next closest record. So we'll see what happens here with Josh, and then Anthony after him. So boys taking some chips just to collect those. Just hit the rack there, but it should be right. There shouldn't be no issues with that one.
Pretty smooth. I don't know how much more he's got in
He's
the tank.
not got a lot. But unfortunately, he won't be able to. Well,
See,
he will be able to take a chip after that, because if Anthony gets this,
well, they're leaving it at 202. Or 2.5.
that's not right. Hey, that's not right. That should be 203. Because Josh has the record at 202 and a half, isn't it? Hey? The record's 200. No, Josh Allen just got a 202 and a half. That's not. Hey,
Rory.
Right, that's.
Oh, no, you're right. No, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. He can hit it because it's an increment
Sorry.
of 2.5.
Yeah.
If it's not an increment of 2.5, it has to go up.
No, if someone's held the record already, can't match it.
But it's a legitimate lift because it's an increment of 2.5.
Look, I'm just getting some of my things wrong there. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. No, it's just my incorrect interpretation of the records. I thought he could take 202 and a half to someone else. That as an actual record. But
Regardless of the rules, he definitely smoked that bench.
sorry, I was just getting my getting it wrong there, very wrong there. That's all right, and holding people up. So my bad.
So what we'll see now is Josh has chipped that record by just a tiny bit. So Anthony's going to have to make a bigger jump to get that third bench. And if he misses it, if he gets a little bit too greedy on that third attempt, then Josh will walk away with the record.
So Anthony's put in 210 anyway. So
I think he'll get that, but we'll
Yeah.
we'll have to see what happens.
yeah,
James coming out for 165,
yeah.
7.5 kilo PR if he gets this.
So if
Very smooth.
nice. So yeah, it's my brain didn't let me remember that 2020.5 is actually a legitimate number. It's not a chip number. Right?
Ah, right.
Yeah. Because 1.25s make up that 202 and a half, so that's actually legitimate. So if Josh had done 203, that would have then forced Anthony to then go to the next chip. But because it's actually a legitimate number, he can take 202.5. So yeah,
Carson not looking for a 10 kilo PR today.
so 5 kilo jump. He was a little bit sticky on this one, on the second one. So let's see if this is a right call.
I think that bar may have still been moving down when he got the press
Yeah,
command.
let's
Hopefully
see
he
what-
still gets the whites for
He
it.
gets the
And
whites.
3 whites.
So Carson throwing in a little bit of sync there because he hadn't been doing sync for the first two, had he?
No.
So maybe we're gonna get a new sync bench presser out here. So Micah 182.5 kilo third attempt.
Also a 10 kilo PR if he gets this.
So Mike cleaned up his second one. His first one, he just got one red light for not locking out the elbow at the top. So clean up on the second, and let's see how his third goes. So I think 5 kilos is the right call for his third.
Bit shaky at the top. Hope he gets that lockout. Yep.
Look, the shakes don't really mean that much. Doesn't mean that it's too heavy or anything. It's just the body's nervous system going into damage control.
I shake like a leaf, anything above 100 kilos. on
Yeah.
bench, yeah.
I get to about, I'm going to say about 170, and anything from probably 165 plus get a bit shaky. So but yeah, just still be able to press through. So up next, Harrison, 182.5, so 5 kilo jump. Should be right. He only missed that first one because of not listening to the
Press
referee.
command.
Yeah, beat the press man. So not too sure where they would have ended up but we'll see how he goes.
Very nice
Yeah,
bench. That was a good third attempt.
beautiful. Maybe 2.5 left in, and not a lot. So he's stoked. So 182.5 is what was that?
2.5 PR, I think.
Yeah, there you go. 2.5 kilo PR. Beautiful.
Liam making fantastic progress on bench. His best in this weight class is 167.5, his previous contest, sorry. So he's absolutely smoked that today. 180.5 if he gets this, that'll be a massive PR. I'm not doing the math on that.
Yeah, good call for 5 kilos.
Mm.
I didn't think he had that much more in him other than that. Yeah, perfect call. Wouldn't have had much more in him. Wouldn't have had 7.5.
He's also quite close on depth on bench. He's got a nice healthy arch and short arms, which is pretty much the typical bench build.
Yeah. So Liam's come over from US APL himself also. So this is his first year in the APA.
So did he come down from 110 or
Yeah.
move up from 100?
Moved down from 110.
Yep. Some of the other feds have different weight classes. So when people move over, they usually have to go up or down, or sometimes you're lucky and you're right next to the equivalent.
So Jordan, just that 2.5 kilo jump. So good call, because definitely didn't have that much more in him.
No.
Oh, can he do it? No, not there today. So I have seen him do 190 in training. But yeah, once again, we talk about you don't have to do 3 squats before that. You can just do bench on its own on the day.
He's a very big boy too. He probably had to cut a little bit to make it here, which can take a lot off the top end of your bench.
Yeah. Look, that's still end up with 185, which almost equals his record that he set at bench nats at 185.5.
Hugo now for 192.5.
So I said 5, you said 7.5. Let's see who's right.
I was right again, but if he misses it, I think I've got to take some blame.
Yeah. Oh, he's got that.
Wow.
Good call, Riley.
Yeah, it's all me.
The referees say 3 white lights. Happy days.
Good lift. Good PR. That's a 12.5
PR
PR.
so far. So yeah. So GG's up next, 197.5 attempt. So 185 is his nominated best. So already smashed that out of the park by 5 kilos. 5 kilos doesn't sound much like a bench, but it is. Like as I said, yeah, 2.5 kilos can absolutely staple you. So let's see, 197.5.
There was definitely some down.
All right, I'd say we're going to get reds for up down. Yeah. So
That's a gym PR.
that's a gym PR.
He can put it in his Instagram bio, but
Yeah.
it's not going to count towards his total today.
No. So Josh Allen is up next, 203.5 to take the national record a little bit further, 1 kilo more. And then we've got Anthony Hill coming out after to absolutely try and destroy it with 210. So Josh did not have that much more in him after that 202.5. So lucky that he can take the chip. So 1 kilo is probably could be on the money.
It's a nice 8 bet. Wow.
Half kilo too much. Might have had 203 in him. So
It
that's
was
all
on the
right.
line.
Yeah. he did hit the rack on the way up on the second one. So now we got Anthony Hill coming up for a 210 kilo attempt. So that's a 7.5 kilo jump. Yeah. So currently sitting on 525.5 kilo subtotal.
That's ginormous.
So this will add another 7.5 kilos to that. So just to note, your junior nationals record is currently sitting at 202.5, which is held by Josh Allen. Your national open record is 205. So if Anthony gets this, then he will hold both the junior and the open records.
What a machine.
Yeah.
A bit of a genetic freak. Starting to get those now in Australia.
Yeah. Let's see what the referee says. There's a little bit of movement there, but I think it was okay.
Give him 3 whites.
Yeah, 3 white lights.
That's it.
So there we go. Anthony Hill now holding both the junior and open records with 210 kilos. So that was a beautiful last attempt. So what we'll do now is we'll take a 10-minute break and we'll come back for deadlifts. And then what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to talk subtotals, and then you'll probably see, probably not so much in the 105s for top place. I think Anthony's got that secured, but
For sure.
But there'll be some battles for the rest of the podium, and then we'll have a look at the 66s where they sit, and then we'll have a chat about them and see where the battles are and that. So
I think there'll be a dogfight for third for sure.
Yeah.
There'll be a massive fight in the 105s to secure that podium position.
Yep. Yeah.
The 66s will be very competitive.
All right. Cool. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
final lift is the deadlift. This is an exciting lift to watch, and the competition lead may change several times throughout. To perform a deadlift, the bar is simply lifted straight from the ground. Once complete, the athlete receives the down command, returning the bar to the floor. A good lift is awarded where knees, hips, and shoulders are locked. There was no downward movement of the bar. The thighs did not support the bar during the lift. The bar remained in the hands until it is in contact with the platform. Pay particular attention to ambitious attempt selections during this lift, as athletes and handlers push their total to secure their placing in the competition.
Alrighty, we're back here for the deadlifts. So we'll start. We're just going to move a few things around so Riley can see the screen also. Just having a chat about the lifters in the next flight. So 66s, there we go. Righto. So we're starting off with Alan.
Taking the bare minimum you can take on a deadlift with his injured back.
And the bar is loaded for Alan. He's
no.
opening at 6.
Oh,
yeah.
this is 66.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to assume that Alan is also injured
Yeah.
if he's only taking that. So 65 kilos.
He was in third place on subtotal.
Yeah, he definitely got some sort of injury. You can, yeah.
He's gonna
He's just
shake
thanking
everyone's hand.
thanking the spotters and loaders. Yeah, so just doing that 66 kilos there, 65 kilos, sorry, so you can register that total. So that's a shame. So yeah, up next we have James, and James is our other injured person. So, I was talking about powerlifting doesn't give you any injuries, and then we've got 2 injured lifters. But anyway, that's all right. James came in injured, and then Alan's probably picked up something through the day.
So James's comp best being 270. We're a little bit behind that. No PRs today, sadly.
So they might go up a little bit, or they might just leave it unsure.
Well, he's pretty solidly in last place with the squat, so I'm assuming he'd just leave it to time out for his second and third.
So you got T up next. T is opening on 175.
We're a fair ways behind his comp best. He must be a big jump kind of deadlifter. Oh, a conventional puller. You don't see this in the lower weight classes nearly as much. Oh. Maybe he's also coming in a bit injured because we're well behind his comp best. He doesn't look too happy. He looks a bit stiff walking off the platform.
Sorry, I'm just feeding my face hole. I'm trying to get something into me before I have to handle in the next session.
That's one of the other appeals of powerlifting as a sport is that you more or less can eat whatever you want within reason.
Oh, look, nutrition does play a big game, though. We'll talk about that soon.
Wow.
So beautiful opener at 192.5.
Very quick opener.
So he gets 1 red, will be for lockout, I would say. It's either knees not locked or soft in the shoulders. So we can start playing the sumo conventional game as the lifters come out and try and guess. So I'm gonna go
Sumo.
I'm gonna go conventional.
Look at his legs. He's
yeah.
long-legged. Has to be a sumo puller, and he's got the sumo soles.
Ooh, there we go. Okay. Oh, jeez. Come on, Raby. Change the camera. Sorry. Playing the sumo game. Righto. So, yeah, that was 205 there from Yusuf.
Very smooth opener. Very smooth.
So, up next we have
Isaac.
Isaac's up next. So, bar is loaded for Isaac.
We're 15 behind his comp best.
I'm going to go sumo.
Oh, yeah. Conventional.
You can say the same.
That's boring, isn't it?
Nah. Well, what's the matter? That means we both get it right.
Wow.
super fast.
Very, very speedy.
Want all these openers to be like that, though.
Absolutely, especially on deadlift. Deadlift is so taxing when it gets heavy. You really don't want to be having a slow opener by any means.
One red for lockout there. So, also want to correct myself on the bench press. So, Anthony Hill does not hold the open record at 210. So, that was actually broken by Florian Locke on Wednesday night in the M1. So, Florian's M1 105, and he did 214 kilos. So, he is actually the current open record holder. So, you, as an M1, you can break open records below you, and as a junior you can break open records above you.
I guess conventional. I guess conventional in my head, by the way.
Got 3 yellows on that one. I would say most likely not controlling the bar to the floor is a lot of the time. Yeah, not. I didn't see any foot. I wasn't really watching for shifting of the feet or anything like that, but my guess is he probably got called for dropping it, not controlling it, I should say. So Ethan here.
Very, very smooth opener. Ethan's comp best being 242.5. Probably looking at a PR today for Ethan. A lot more conventional pullers than I thought I'd see in the 66s. I thought I'd only see one, to be fair.
Yeah.
And the bar is loaded.
Vince coming out for 255.
So yeah, 255 kilo attempt here.
He's 12.5 behind his comp best.
Connie puller.
Again, such a tall 105. Well, a tall dude anyway, but.
So
Very smooth
Riley,
opener.
tell me what is the difference between a conventional puller and a sumo puller? What's the difference between the two?
Well, on the simplest of terms, conventional is hands outside your legs, and sumo is hands inside the legs. What you find technique-wise is it's less of a difference with the range of motion and more of a getting your hips closer to the bar. It's just more efficient to push from sumo. Obviously, you do decrease the range of motion.
So there are advantages and disadvantages to both.
You usually find that sumo pullers, if they're going to struggle, it will be off of the ground.
Yeah.
And conventional pullers, if they're going to struggle, will be at lockout. That's a general rule. It's not always the case. There's obviously outliers, but you will find that's the case more often than not.
Yeah. So that was Chris. He 3 white lights for a 260 kilo attempt there. So, look, I would say majority of people would start on conventional because it's the easiest to teach.
For sure.
And it's more like just that grip and rip style. And this is what you see just a lot of normal gym goers doing is conventional. So sumo doesn't necessarily work for everyone's body type. I do recommend giving it a go and giving it a shot for a little bit to see if it does work for you. Look, I ran it for, I don't know, 12, 18 months. It definitely doesn't work for my body, but it definitely helped me to continue lifting when I had some back issues. So
The poor loaders here having to drop all of that weight off the bar to go down to the bottom. It's
unfortunately
it's just what happens.
They've just got to do that. It's just part of the rules. So Alan will be timing out on his next 2. So gives us a little bit of time to chat about those. So look, sumo's the most technical of the 2 deadlifts. 2 styles of deadlift also. It's also the one with the least margin. The most margin for sure. Yeah, so it's one tiny thing can go wrong, and it throws out the whole thing. Where Connie, you can just grip, rip, and keep them pushing through the floor. So while we call it a pull, deadlifts are actually really more of a push from the floor than a pull.
Yeah, it's very common to cue pushing the ground away from you when queuing for deadlifts.
Yeah, I say some coaches like to say, you know, leg press away from the floor. So now just loading up 130 kilos for James. So back must be feeling okay enough to attempt that. So he did the same thing for his squats. He did 75, and then I think they did 125, and then they didn't come out for the third. So they might do the same thing here.
Let's go, James.
Not the day he wanted, but he did get a PR on bench.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Shaking the referee's hand. So he won't be coming out for a third. So the first two lists of this flight will be able to have a couple minutes worth of chat about things. So we'll have to come up with things to talk about. Just change this over the 666s. So we might even be able to have a look at where people are sitting at the moment. We've got Ethan sitting on projected 578 with what he's got in for his next deadlift. We've got Yusuf on 560, Isaac on 520. So probably
The podium seems pretty flushed
Yeah.
out already.
I'd say so too. Looking at that, I'd say Ethan's most likely going to run away with that one.
We are going to see probably a little battle for third place, given that currently Isaac and David are about 2.5 kilos away from each other. So that bronze medal will be a bit contentious, which will be fun to watch.
Yeah. So yeah, Isaac 520, 570 and a half. So that should that'll be a fun little one.
Although to be fair, Logan hasn't got an attempt on the board yet for deadlift, so when he hits that attempt, the board will get shaken up a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's true. That's true.
Let's go.
So we'll see. Oh no, Logan's 105.
Oh right, my bad.
So. Easy attempt there.
Good second attempt, yeah.
And that's a good lift, 2 to 1.
So that's 205.
Now we've got a couple blokes here on 320.
20.
So yeah, just getting called from that side referee for not fully locking out there. Was Lynn on that side, international qualified referee. So
And the bar is loaded.
yeah, she's calling a few people for a lockout. So hopefully the coaches are noticing that at the back, and they're adjusting they're all talking to their lifters, I should say.
Very grip and rip style for a sumo deadlifter. You don't see
Yeah.
that as often because it's more technical. You can't have as much fun and just genuinely like get after it with sumo, but he can.
Yeah.
Good on him. Send it.
So that was 220 kilos there by Yusuf. So he's
He
sitting on
smoked that.
560 and a half at the moment. So
And-
that puts him in second place at the moment.
The bar is loaded.
So bar is loaded for Isaac. So he's taking a 10 kilo jump.
5 kilos behind comp best.
So currently sitting in fourth and still going to be forecasted for fourth after this. Oh, that's nice.
Very smooth.
So generally, we'll see a lot of jumping around, potentially see a lot of jumping around on the thirds to see what happens.
Oh, hang on. Well, there is a bit of a mix-up happening between Ethan and Yusuf, going for
So Ethan's
the record total.
yeah. So Logan coming out for 220. So he missed his first one on. Got yellow, so it's probably controlling the bar to the floor. So we'll just watch him this time. Yeah,
There
looks
we
like
go.
he'll have no issues with that one this time. Yeah, 3 bite lights, no dramas.
I think maybe he let go of the bar before it was done bouncing.
Righto. So up next is Ethan with a 237.5 kilo attempt, which will give him 578, which is the record total. So the current record total is, let's just change that to that, is 565.5.
So we're well and truly above the record.
Yeah.
Won't be chipping the record.
So that's how he goes through this pull.
Nice, slow, controlled setup. And he smokes it,
Nice. Certainly got more left in him.
for sure. For sure. We might see some attempt changes coming through with thirds between Isaac and
Yeah.
Ethan.
So
Oh, sorry, Ethan and Yusuf.
currently sitting in first place with that 578. But we've also got Yusuf sitting on 560.5. So we just have to see what happens with that. As I said, I think that one will be wrapped up fairly easily.
The crowd getting behind Vince. 265. This will be a 2.5 kilo PR for him, comp PR.
All the way. Nice.
A little slow, but very consistent speed.
Yeah.
So I reckon they'll probably give him. I was going to say 5, but I think I have to say 7.5 now.
I'm probably going to say 7.5 also.
All right, fine. I'll go 5.
Look, they might just YOLO out. Why not? So 280 kilo is coming up next from Christopher. So he's jumping 20 kilos from his opener of 260.
This will also be a 5 kilo PR for Christopher. Big 20 kilo jump from his opener. Lovely.
Beautiful.
I'm going to guess.
Bright lights.
I'm going to guess a 12 and a half jump
Yeah.
for him. Holy, Ethan has chucked in a 250 kilo deadlift. I think that'll be on the line.
Yeah, I wonder if that's... So, yeah, look, Ethan's probably currently so far in front, it doesn't matter. Having a look at what we've got up there, Yusuf, if he gets his successful attempt, will get 578, which will be matching Ethan.
Is he beating him on body weight?
Yeah, that's what we've got to look at. So, just jump. Can't see it on the lifting cast from here because of where it sits. So I'll just load it up on my phone and we can have a look at where the body weights are. So, but, I mean, all that Ethan has to do is do 2.5 kilos more. He can even, yeah, and then he'll win.
Yeah, 250 might be placeholder.
Yeah.
Just
so,
to see if Yusuf's going to do an attempt change.
Yep. So, as I said, we've got the first two lifters. We'll just be timing out.
So the games that can be played here is if Yusuf is lighter than Ethan, then if he totals the same, he will win and he will get that first place. If he's not beating him on body weight, he's going to need to chip that record, which he can. Even though he doesn't have a deadlift record, you can put a chip on the deadlift to get a total record. And then he could go up to 578.5. And then if Ethan wants to take this massive jump on deadlift, then if he misses that, then Yusuf walks away with the win. But I have a feeling that might be a placeholder from Ethan, or he might just be sending it YOLO for a massive 250 deadlift at 66.
So Ethan's 66 on the dot, and Yusuf's 65.35. So if they match each other, that would go to Yusuf.
Yep.
But look, Ethan still had plenty left in the tank anyway. And so I think there's no issues there. So we then have a look down to third place with Isaac. Isaac's just sitting on 520, 532 points. So, look, I think we'll find that first and second are locked in. What we're now looking for is who's going to pick up that third place. So we've got Isaac sitting on 532.5 projected. He's currently sitting on 520. And then the next person behind him is Davin. So Davin's sitting on 517.5, only 2.5 kilos behind. So he's projected for 530.
Oh no,
So
I've been saying David this whole time. I'm sorry. Davin, my bad.
So this is where the little battle's going to happen between third and fourth. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ethan. Oh, how's that? I'm going to go out on Ethan limb here and say that he's going to be your 66 kilo junior champion this year. I'm going to say that Yusuf will be coming second, and then let's see where the battle goes with these two. So, yeah, Isaac with a 12.5 kilo jump, and Davin with a 12.5 kilo jump.
So Davin's, if he gets this third, is hoping that Isaac is going to miss his third, and then he'll be on the podium. We may. There's still time for an attempt change, but I don't think that's coming. That would have happened by now.
Well, you can change your. You can do 2 attempt changes on your deadlift. So I'm just watching the tech desk next to me to see if Davin does put anything in. So maybe they don't think Davin's going to put any more. So, I mean, this could be your first, second, and third here. Maybe they haven't seen that they could potentially match, or, well, let's have a look at what the difference is between body weight between Isaac and Davin also. So Davin is actually the lighter lifter, so they could throw another 2.5 kilos on and match to then force Isaac to pull.
Yeah. Big fight. He earned that.
Yeah, he did earn that. That's a beautiful lift.
That's exactly what he had on the day.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they see that with Davin, but maybe they. There you go. Yep. So that's what they've done.
Yep.
They've put 220 in to give Davin the shot at 532.5, which matches Isaac's at 532.5 forecasted. So, and then if Isaac misses his, that means that third place will go to Davin because Davin is the lighter lifter. So
Hand changes. He can add 2.5 to his third if he wants it.
yeah, so depends if he's got 235 in him. So, I mean, they've got to really see if what's he done. So 15 kilo jump is what Davin's attempting. So he only jumped 12.5 from his opener. So 12.5 to 15, but you know what? This is for podium.
Yeah, he has fourth on lock anyway.
Yeah, he's not going to drop it. So there's you might as well just send it. See how he goes.
Wow.
He's got
Oh,
that.
he had so much more.
Oh.
How smooth was that?
Yeah, you know what? He's not fully locked out. His left hand, I can see also having a little bit of grip issues there. So that's unfortunate. Hey, in the end, great fight there. So we'll go to Isaac. Isaac can actually drop down a little bit now to, well, look, Isaac's got it, secured it with 520. So, you know, once again, he's got nothing to lose himself unless he's going to go.
He could add 50.
So he's gone 235, which will give him a 535 kilo.
There's a 10 kilo comp here.
So, look, the regional total's 540. So, currently at the moment, won't be able to go to regionals with that. So, sorry. Yes, I'm right. 540 for regional, 577.5 for the worlds. So we've got two lifters that can do that. We've got Isaac pulling 535, pulling for a 535 total. So 235 pull here.
See how it moves.
Oh,
Wow.
easy. That's beautiful. You know what? I think he had another 5 in him. I think
Definitely.
he could have hit that.
Oh.
Yeah, lockout. So unfortunate.
Well, all the speculating we did
Ah.
came down to nothing, but filled up a bit of time.
You know what? I still think he had 5 kilos left in him, to be honest.
For sure.
So next up is Yusuf with 237.5. So Yusuf is sitting on 560 at the 60.5 at the moment, and this will push him to 578 kilos. So that will, and then Ethan, that will match on Ethan, remember. So, but
Yep.
I think Ethan's going to be fine. He's going to be able to push up that, just that little bit that he needs.
Massive total for both of these
Yeah.
gentlemen.
So Yusuf has currently secured the regional total at 5, which is set at 540. So what he's actually trying for at the moment, this is actually to qualify for Worlds. And he's got that. Hopefully he's locked out. I can't see from the side here.
Had room in the tank for sure.
Yeah. So there we go. That's what I think that's what they were targeting. They weren't targeting first. I think they were targeting the international total. So that was 577.5, and Yusuf has just got 578. So he's achieved that that total that he needed to potentially go to Worlds. So he's got that choice to maybe put in for Worlds. Can maybe get a second selection, because if Ethan gets this, no dramas. He will be the first selection if he puts in for it. So,
And we did see an attempt change from Ethan. He dropped it down to 240, so it's only taken 2.5
Yeah.
above his second. So
And
he's got this for sure.
that's all he needs.
Yeah. But if he does miss this on some form of technicality, then he walks away with second.
Yeah, look,
I can't see that happening.
I think he was fine on his second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Perfect.
no dramas.
Textbook deadlift. 3
Three
whites.
white lights.
And there's our winner.
That's our winner. First place winner is Ethan Lim, finishing the day on 580.5.
80.5. Yeah. What a weapon.
So 580.5. Yusuf comes in second, 578, and Isaac comes in third at 520. Just underneath with Davin, 517.5. So congratulations to Ethan, and also congratulations to Yusuf for hitting that that international world record, that world qualifying total, and also the regional total.
Yep. So if for some reason Ethan doesn't want to go to Worlds, then Yusuf can
Also apply. Look, we can take eight people. If there's not 8 that want to go, we can double up. So
I think I saw some downward movement.
see what the referees have to say about that one.
Yeah. No, it's a gym PR.
Yeah, gym PR again. That's all right.
5 under is comp best. Just not a good deadlift day for him. But
Yeah. He had a funny kind of day. Squats were a little bit weird too. I think he did one thing wrong on his squats that stuffed that one up too.
Yep.
So
Vin's coming out for the gorgeous 5 reds and a collar.
yeah,
Perfect.
beautiful.
No little plates, no other colours.
So currently sitting on 675. This will take him to 685 kilos. So which is great. Which is great for a 105 kilo junior. Getting, you can see on the screen there, he's getting himself amped in the chute there. It's where all the lifters are waiting. They've propped themselves up, got the back steps, got the back step from Moe. Crowds behind him. See if he's got this one.
It's worked for him, but he got it.
See what the referees have to say about that one.
Can't see that getting a red.
Oh, it did. Got a red. Referee on this side probably saw a bit of ramping, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw a little bit. I thought I saw a little bit of ramping myself, but yeah, that's all right. Two white lights. Yeehaw. And then coming up last for this flight is Chris with a 295 kilo attempt. So currently sitting on 677.5. This will take him to 692.5.
It's also a 20 kilo comp PR on his deadlift, which love to see it.
Let's see if we get some back slaps or something like that from Hugo here. Let's see how Chris likes to get amped up.
Hugo is a noisy one.
Oh, Hugo loves a good amping. Just a tiny little slap. That's all right.
That's all he needs. He'll smoke it. Watch.
That stuff doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I hate it.
All right, let's see how it goes. Ah,
Wow. Tell you what, for a 20 kilo PR, he had a little bit of room left on that.
yeah.
That was a very good deadlift.
You know, did he have 10 more in him to hit the regional QTC? I don't know.
It would have been on the line.
Yeah. So now we are going over to our rest of our 105s. So I think we're going to have Anthony Hill way out in front.
Oh my
He's going to
God.
be untouchable. He's currently sitting on an 833 kilo projected subtotal.
Is that based off his opener?
That's based off his opening deadlift of 300 kilos.
That's insane.
What a machine.
Harrison coming out for a 225. This actually is only 10 kilos below his... no, this matches his best.
Oh, that's a beautiful opener.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hugo with 245.
And then we've got Hugo coming up next, 245 kilo opening attempt. So having a look down through, I think Carson, look, things can get shaken up pretty fast with deadlifts. Like after openers, you can see how people jump around. Some people can actually take fairly sizable jumps. So probably not going to make any calls quite now.
No, it's a dangerous game betting on heavyweights.
Let's just see what they get for their openers, and then we can see where they come through for their seconds, and that's where you can see where they've got what they potentially have.
Very smooth opener.
So Chris has got a lot of data in front of us here, depending on how long they've been lifting for. Gives us their current best deadlift, their most recent deadlift, their totals and everything like that. Gives us their average jumps, and this is just data that's fed from open powerlifting.
We have average jumps.
Yeah,
That's
so we've
awesome.
got average jumps here. So James seems to do an average jump of 17.5, and then 15. So he's currently opening on 245. Let's see if Chris's data is correct.
So they reckon he's going to take a 17 kilo jump.
Potentially 17.5 kilo jump here. Let's see if that one's right. Let's see if Alex Hayes will be doing that. So Micah Everingham is up next, 260 kilos. Best of 292.5 kilos. So
we'll see how this moves. It might be a PR day for him.
there you go, 20 kilos for James. So, you know, average jump 17.5, so 20, it's around that. So it's good. We've even got a percentage of missed deadlifts.
Wow. Mine's currently, having done 2 comps, my percentage is currently at 50-50. Mine's at 50%. Currently a 6 for 9 kind of bloke.
Don't worry, I was like that myself too. I've only gone I'd only gone 9 for 9 once, and then I've put get together a couple of good 9 for 9 performances. Not so much. Got 8 from 9 on Wednesday, but I'm happy with that.
I've never gone 9 for 9. I think I've done 6 comps now. Never done 9 for 9. Super inconsistent.
Or just like a good YOLO.
Yeah, no, actually, just technically.
Oh, Josh just
Wow.
absolutely smokes that.
I think that's a 10 kilo PR in his opener.
Yeah. Talking to Danny before, who's my coach, and handling Josh for Stephen Day, he's like the numbers that he's got on the sheet are just are wild. Like it's not the numbers that that match what he's done before in comp. So he must have had an absolutely incredible block since his last competition.
GG coming in for 280.
So 300 kilo dead is his current best.
I reckon he'll take that for a ride on his second, based off how that moved.
So you know what? It says 30 kilo average jump from 1 to 2.
Wow.
So
Wow. Yeah.
let's see if he does a 310 kilo jump.
You see that in the big boys. They can take big jumps.
Yeah.
You see it on deadlift more than anything because it is so taxing.
Yep. So Liam Cubert up next is taking a shot at 285, which is 10 kilos behind his comp best.
Mm-hmm. No, 307 at another body weight. He must have just moved over from USAPL.
Yeah, yep. So generally takes a 15 kilo jump from first to second. So there we go. Look at GG has jumped that 30 kilo to 310.
Wow.
So this is where we're going to maybe start to see some of that movement. A little shaky at the top there. Like, yeah, I thought so. Yeah. I think he just moved before the down command. So he got the speed wobbles is what I reckon he got. He was just
super quick on the lockout.
Just beat that down command. It wasn't because of strength or anything like that.
Yeah, I'd still give him a big jump.
Yeah.
Whatever jump he wants to his second. Very easy technicality to fix up. 295 for Jordan.
So solid opening attempt there.
Wow, that's 5 kilos above his comp best. So he's made some wonderful progress on deadlift.
Yeah, remember he's coming up from 93, so
That's right, yep. Love an eccentric setup on deadlift.
yeah. So 2 to 1, nice.
And of course, Anthony Hill opening with a record total if he gets this.
So yeah, Liam did jump up that 15 kilos, no 20 kilos. After that failed first deadlift just for not listening to the command, so that's fine. So yeah, Anthony Hill opening up on 300 kilos, which will be the total record for
Is that the junior?
for juniors. Yeah.
What is the open record? Is he getting close to it?
We'll have to just change
hang on.
it.
He's been sent off. What for?
Anthony's not wearing his socks.
Yeah. He forgot to change his socks. Oh my goodness! What a rookie error. So one of the rules you have to do is you have to have long knee-high socks on. So it's not to protect your shins. It's more to stop blood getting on the bar because a lot of the time it drags up your shins and scab.
Even on my thighs after yesterday deadlifting on the bar, like I've got like road rash on my thighs because the bars are very sharp. It means it's never going to roll out of your hands from.
Yeah.
The bar is never going to be too slippery for
Oh,
you.
what a rookie! I wonder if they might go out the back and do that 300 pull, and then come out, or maybe they'll just load more on. Look. I believe he's probably so far in front it doesn't really matter that much.
Well and truly.
It just depends. Like he's already got, once he gets a deadlift, he's already got the international QT anyway.
Yeah.
Just depends if he wants to take a shot for any of the records or anything like that. So
Look at our heaviest opener from Carson at 310.
I think Carson can give that junior record a nudge.
He generally makes a 22.5 kilo jump.
Yeah, which will take him over the record.
Yeah.
Straight up. So yeah, his deadlift's been going absolutely nuts after going up that weight class. I've been watching him on Instagram.
A little slow for an opener, but he might just be one of those guys that can just grind.
I think they're all the same speed is what I've seen.
Yep.
So yeah, that's after the first round. I mean, can't really say too much about it at the moment because we didn't get that lift in from Anthony. However, well, look, they're keeping it at 300, so that's probably a good call.
Yeah.
He can do quite an aggressive jump after that one and see what he can do.
Yeah, he's so far ahead.
Yeah.
He's a real talent.
So yeah, they know that's safe. So throw in some socks and come out and do it. So Coach Fabian in there in the tunnel, just hyping up Harrison. So bar's loaded for Harrison. So it's a 12.5 kilo jump.
Little wobbly under his knees.
Yeah, look, maybe only 5 kilos more on that one, I think.
Yeah, that's a nice safe bet. I mean, it's still that lift right there was already a comp PR, so.
Yeah. So 20 kilo jump next for Hugo to 265 kilos. So they're currently sitting on 712.5. This will take him to 732.5. So maybe they might be targeting that. They've already got the regional QT locked down. Beautiful.
It's a bit slow, but super consistent speed. I think he's just a slow puller.
Yeah.
Typically takes a 15 kilo jump from his second to his third, and he did the 20 kilo jump as the statistics would suggest.
Yeah, so sits nicely there for a 20 kilo jump to 670, hey?
Yep, he's going to... Oh, never mind.
Hazy does like big jumps. We've talked about it a lot before on this live stream. Big fan of them.
Wow. Super quick, that deadlift. For Mocha. Probably going to see a PR today. If they take a 15 kilo jump, that'll be a comp PR.
Yeah, so 282.5 gets, he's currently 712.5, so he's hit the regional QT, so he can go those ones. So 735 this will take him to if he is successful. So Carson's put in 325 for his second deadlift, which is a national record.
325.
Wow. So let's see how Micah goes with this one. Oh, nice. I'm going to go... The sheet says 17.5 kilo normally from second to third, but I'm going to go... I'm going to go 12.5 maybe. I'm going to go that 300 kilos flat.
Oh, yeah, 300. I was going to go 15, but no one wants 302 and a half. It doesn't look nearly as nice.
Looks filthy. Anthony Hill up next, hopefully. No, sorry, Josh Allen first, 287.5. So he's currently sitting on 757.5, projected to 770 with this.
Yep.
So he's already hit that international QT if he wants to go to that one.
A lot of conventional pullers. It's about 50-50, I'd say.
Yeah.
Smooth deadlift. Wonder if they'll give him that lockout. The shoulders weren't quite.
Looked a little soft to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that'd be
Not
the case.
not fully locked out.
See, here's the thing. He has more than enough strength to pull a bigger deadlift, but whether he's got enough strength to lock it out.
Yeah.
So I assume he's probably going to leave that number the same.
Look, he's got a few things to work on. Coach Stephen Day's got a few things to work on with him. One of them is the unlock and relock of the knees after getting that start command. And then, just getting those shoulders fully locked out. So here comes Anthony Hill out. He's actually got some socks on this time.
What a weapon.
So
Socked up, ready to go.
So he knows he's so far in front that didn't really matter that he didn't even need to come out.
He's so calm.
Yeah.
He's not worried.
Might beat himself up a little bit, who knows. But I've done the wrong thing. Sorry. There we go. No issues.
Shoulders were a little soft, but maybe that's just how we did
Yeah,
it.
okay,
Yeah,
well, there you
I
go.
thought he'd get one for that.
Yeah. Shoulders.
So what was the junior record before he smoked it?
No. There is no. He hasn't. Oh, the total.
Yeah, the total junior.
Good question. Let's have a look. Quick look.
And the bar is loaded. 305 for Liam. Come on, Liam.
527. So he's beat that by
Yeah.
a number.
He won't get to the open record, which is sitting at 8:54, which is held by Hung.
Seen Liam come out for 305. He's already above his comp best.
Up.
no.
Yeah.
Doesn't have it. I think he'll probably have to reattempt that one.
Yeah, they definitely won't go up from that.
He lost that on strength. I don't think that was a technical. Oh, well, he could have got a bit wobbly. Could have been out of position when he started pulling.
So just to note with Anthony Hill, so the Oceania record is 8:12.5. So
Holy.
he's hammered that one.
He's above the Oceania Open record, actually.
Oh yeah, 8:27.5. So yeah, that's good. So what they put in for a third for Anthony? 3:30. Nice.
That's a record pull too. It's a record deadlift and a record total.
Yeah. Well, Carson will have a shot at the record first at 3:25.
Yep.
So depending on how we go, I think Carson could potentially be walking away with the record deadlift after Anthony's little stuff up with the socks.
GG pulling 310. Already above his comp best, and he smoked it. Started to lose the grip on the right hand there. Hopefully he doesn't get a red for that. 3 whites.
We've got no data for his average 2 to 3 jump, so maybe he's not really. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens there.
He was starting to lose the grip a lot in that right hand.
Okay,
He's a fingertip gripper. There's about 4 different types of grips you can do for deadlift, and we're really splitting hairs.
Yeah.
But some of them they'll all have advantages and disadvantages.
So yeah, 3:12.5 here for Jordan O'Sullivan. See how it goes.
290 is his comp best.
So going up these weight classes is definitely helping them out.
Nice eccentric setup. Love to see it. Wow. How good.
Beautiful. Maybe 325.
So hang on, he's currently in second.
Second. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, we're going to see some games for the podium.
Yeah. So.
Second and third's going to be cantankerous.
Yeah. So Anthony Hill, if he gets his, will get 863. He's currently on 833. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's catching him.
No one's catching an Anthony.
Oh, GG's also gone for his third attempt. He's put in a record. That'll be cool.
So
here we go.
863 is what 833 is what Anthony's in a insurmountable lead. So once again, now we're looking at second, third, fourth.
We have a national record on the bar right now at 325.
Come on, Carson.
6
Let's
plates
go.
and a collar. Lovely to see.
Yes.
And he's got that.
Beautiful.
So based off of the rest of the third attempts, I imagine he's going to staple 7.5.
So I reckon he'll Carson. Look, 335 is what I probably reckon he'll also put in. Maybe might go 335.5, put that chip in so he can then hold the record over GG if he gets it.
That's probably going to be the move. Although he might want that podium spot more. Depends what he wants to go for. Does he want to go for the deadlift record or does he want to go for podium? Because there could be a couple kilos different between those decisions.
Yep. So it's pretty tight between Jordan and Gigi at the moment. So Jordan's forecasted 805 and Gigi's sitting on 800. Now remember, Gigi did that big 30 kilo jump and had zero issues.
Is that a placeholder for Carson?
Yeah, I reckon it is. I reckon that they're forcing Gigi's hand to see what he does, and if he misses, then they can just jump back down.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, if he's forced Gigi to pull a deadlift he doesn't have, then he's got a lot of room there to pull less to take that podium. With Harrison right now.
There he goes. Good try, Harrison.
Gave it a college try.
Yeah. So Hugo's up next with a 280 kilo attempt, so that's a 15 kilo jump. Currently sitting on 732.5. This will take him to 747.5 if successful. So yeah, looking at Jordan, Anthony, Gigi, and Carson. So they're going to be the podium runners for the 105s.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good little battle.
Yep. So Carson and Gigi's projected is both 800 kilos, and Jordan's is 805. So I'll just pull up lifting casts and see what their body weights are.
Hugo gone for a 5 kilo comp PR. I think he started to lose grip on his left hand there and slowed down a touch. I think the bar came out in front of his legs a little bit, which in sumo will make it very hard to complete that deadlift.
So James Young up next. He's also attempting 280 kilos. This will take him to 685. Look, he's smashing what he has done.
Yeah.
He's already got, what's he got? 670 at the moment, which is 15 kilos above his best ever. He's also hit he's 5 kilos behind his best ever deadlift. So this will absolutely smash his best total ever if he can pull this. See how he goes. All the way, James. Yeah,
Oh, lovely. Lovely deadlift.
Can't see. Oh, two reds.
Ah, yep, soft.
Soft lockout. Was that the shoulders?
Yep.
Yep.
So we talked about, you know, you've got to adjust to the referees. They've been calling it soft all day. So, yeah. So, look, let's go back to lifting casts and let's have a look at some body weights. Because as I said, we've got Carson and Gigi sitting both on 800 kilos. So, what that would most likely mean is Carson is the lighter lifter at the moment. Once I can find that. So Carson's sitting on 103.45 and Gigi is 103.6. So that can make a difference. And maybe just exhale on the scales to see what you can get out a little bit extra. So let's see how we go. He got called for soft lockout.
No, I don't think he's got that this time either.
I think he knows it too, yeah.
He still walks away with a 10 kilo deadlift PR based off his opener. So
Yeah. So up next, we've got Micah with 305 kilo attempt.
22.5 kilo jump from his second attempt.
So yeah, still sitting, Jordan O'Sullivan still sitting with 330 record attempt to take to 805 to get second place. So as we said, Anthony Hill is way out in front, untouchable. So he will be your 105 kilo junior champion.
walk away with a few record.
Yeah,
Bars loaded, 305 on bar for
potentially
Mika.
going
Come
to
on.
Costa Rica if he wants to. Here comes Micah, absolutely pumped. Absolutely pumped.
Come on, guys.
So 305. I thought 300, remember? And you said 302 looks dirty. And
Yeah.
305 does look all right and clean. Nah, just too much. No. Yeah.
He gave it a second crack for the,
He wanted that gym PR.
yeah. Wow, there's a lot of reds on the screen right now. Hey.
Oh, yeah. There's no successful third so far. So Liam Hubert actually needs this to stay in the game.
Yeah, if
He does not have a successful deadlift so far. So if he does not get this, he will be
disqualified. We call it bombing out.
Bombing, yeah.
Lovely photo from him too that he submitted. Mine was atrocious as well. Jesus.
So yeah, he missed that. He missed the 285 on a technicality, and they still jumped.
What did he lose it on?
I can't quite remember what he lost it on, but the crowd's getting behind
Crowd's
him.
up him right
No
now.
one wants to see anyone bomb out.
No.
So let's see how he goes. We don't want him to bomb out. We want everyone to get a total.
Come on, you've got it.
And he's pulling.
Run.
And he's
Suck
pulling.
it out.
Oh,
no. Unfortunate
Poor
today.
Liam. But
Let's give a big round of applause.
he did give her.
Yeah, look, gave it his all. Unfortunately, did not get a successful deadlift. So I think this is his last year as a junior also. So, I mean, YOLO, let's just see what happens. And unfortunately,
No attempt change.
so we've got a temp change here. Jordan O'Sullivan has dropped down to 320 from 330. So this will take him to 795.
So he's hoping to temporarily take that third place position, seeing if DG has overreached to get that record.
Yeah. So I don't see anyone else. Don't see anyone else at the table putting in any cards. So Jordan will have that first crack, 320, to get to second place. Now he's forecasted for third, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
What that means is we've got to get all these other lifters have got to get what they put in for their third attempts.
Yeah.
So
And GG still has an attempt change left if Jordan gets this.
Bars loaded, 320.
So here comes Jordan out of the chute. Here he goes.
Come on, Jordan.
10 kilos
Getting
above his
himself
comp
amped,
best.
yeah. There he goes. Getting himself amped up.
He's had a cracker day so far.
He has. Beautiful day. First nationals at 105. Let's see if he can finish it off. Oh, that is a beautiful
Convincing.
def. No issues there. Are you
Convincing
not
deadlift.
entertained?
So GG is going to have to push up at least 2.5 kilos. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so 330 kilo attempt. Yeah, attempt change to 330. So that will only take him to third place.
Yeah. How much would he have to pull to run? Yeah, he'd need.
So need three. He could do 331 to jump Jordan there.
Yeah. No, well, 330 gets into third place. He'd need.
But Jordan's currently sitting at second, right?
Oh, he is too.
So-
Yeah, that's because Carson hasn't come out, and Carson's got the final say with that massive deadlift of his. He's got the final say. He can sort of pick whatever number he wants.
Yeah, but anyway. See how he goes for GG.
Crowd's
Garwy. Yeah, Garwy. I like GG better.
GG's dope.
Yeah. See how it goes.
Pulling for the record with room to spare. Hopefully he has that
Let's see what
lockout.
the referees have to say with that one.
No.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Unfortunately for him, he'll have to take that fourth place. And the podium's pretty well decided for the most part. Carson could drop his deadlift by 5 if he wanted to still win. Ooh, hang on.
So
What's
yeah,
the body weight on them?
So yeah, we got Jordan. We got Jordan sitting in second place.
795.
795. So Anthony Hill's going to come out.
Yeah,
and
Carson dropped his third.
yeah. So Carson only needs to match Jordan to jump him to take second place. So we'll have to see how it goes. Maybe Carson's also looking to take that record. So Anthony's going to come out here.
Anthony Hill coming out for an absolutely ginormous total.
Yeah.
30 kilo jump from his second because he missed his first. He timed out because of socks. So he's all socked up, ready to go.
Let's see how he goes for this
Monstrous total if he gets this.
third attempt. Grips in.
Wow.
No issues there. Yeah. Beautiful.
Given the progress he
Nice.
made from nationals, man, we could see him break into the 900s very soon.
Yeah, so that's 863 kilo total. That is a record total and also a record deadlift. So Carson's going to come out now to attempt 335 to try and take second place away from Jordan. And Carson and Jordan actually train together at the same gym. So it's a little bit of a gym rivalry too.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit of a coach rivalry because they have different coaches.
One of them's definitely going to be taking a bit of lift back to the gym.
Oh, 100%, 100%. But they'll be cheering each other on, I can
For sure.
guarantee you. But Carson wants that record at 335. So bar is loaded for Carson. Here he comes out. So all of Perth are behind him. All the strength club behind him.
To move up a weight class and take a podium in the weight class above is a very good effort.
Yeah, 335. See how he goes. Let's see if we can finish it off.
Oh my God.
That's what the referees have to
The
say.
bar.
It looked a little bit sticky through the point. Got 2 white lights. He gets that national record and gets second place. Unbelievable. So, just to wrap out the day, we have Anthony Hill coming in first place for your 105s at 863 kilos. Now, he's definitely got more in him once he has put some socks on.
Absolutely.
So we'll maybe have to note that one down on the international sheet. Must wear socks. So second place is Carlson Wolf. Pulls in with an 800 kilo, no, 795, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep. And then matching Jordan O'Sullivan, 795 also. So just beating him on body weight. Then we come through to your 66 kilo class. We have Ethan Lim, 580.5, takes out first place. Yusuf comes in on second place with 578. And Isaac in third place with 520. So that has been our morning here. Yeah.
Good old-fashioned powerlifting.
Oh, love it. So look, we have one more session. It will be starting at 1 o'clock. If you do want to head down and to Camperdown Quarters is where we're holding it. Come and watch the last session. We have your equipped lifters lifting.
Nice.
We also have your, let me just get up the, if you head to the APA Instagram page, it shows you. So we've got, last session we've got equipped women and men. We've also got the junior 76, 84 plus kilo women and the 120 kilo plus men.
Big boys.
So the big boys. So this will be a fun session. Yeah, the equipped will be a fun session because there's a fun little, you see people wearing suits and wraps and stuff like that, and they're pushing some big weights. Look like they're going to bust out of them sometimes because of how much tension's in them. So look, if you want to head down, or we will be having the live stream, we'll have some different commentators. We'll have Yuki Kashima and Michael Rand on this afternoon, so they'll be bouncing off each other this afternoon. So those two commentators will be a little bit of a fun mix. So look, if you want to stick around for that, head to the other live stream once it starts up. Otherwise, we will see you later. So thank you very much.